gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Funjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. To spoon. You wanna get a news update, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Spoon TV. Yes, what you about today? Beseku. Spoon TV. Spoon. Balaba. Yeah. Skibidi dabado. Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. Kua. Beseku. Kudileo.
You say you're here to talk about safety and insurance, right?
No, insurance, third party liability, motorcycles.
Okay.
I registered insurance, liability insurance.
Okay.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand tongue with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Morovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon, you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. To spoon. To spoon. You from Funjema, Maryland, to spoon. To spoon. If you eat kepa, congratulate my brother, to spoon. What I want? Yes, what you about today? Yes, what you about today?
Okay, folks. Good evening. Good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to yet another edition of this Phone Talk this beautiful Friday evening from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. It's a pleasure to be here once more with this very thunderstriking edition of the show, your most preferred nighttime show from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. So welcome to it, wherever you're watching from, wherever you're listening from. This evening, today happens to be the 17th day of the month of May, AD 2024. Yes, and gradually we are, the month of May is slipping away from us. So, folks, my name is Yekezi Zobel. I'm on tonight, serving as your producer. So I see Dr. Richardson there in the back, and we also have a guest here in studio who will be joining us later. He will be ushered in by Dr. Richardson. Doc, welcome to the show.
You can see, hello, long time no see.
I'm here.
Great to see you and hear your voice. I want to welcome all Liberians for tuning in today. Whether you are a commentator, whether you're listening by radio or watching us on TV, I want to welcome you to your favorite talk show, Spoon.
I'm improving.
Yes, we have a guest today. The trending issue in Liberia right now is helmet, reflective gear, wearing the proper shoes, and but helmet most of all. Many people are talking about helmet and insurance actually. So we have a guest, Mr. Saib Balaze, is in studio today. He's going to be talking to us about insurance. How do you get insurance and different types of insurance. We think it's a timely conversation, and I'm definitely sure you're going to get something out of this conversation and benefit from hearing the expertise of Mr. Balaze. So I guess if you want to bring him in, we can get started with the first half of the show. And the second half of the show, we're going to have the fundraising of all roads lead to Cape Mount. So we're going to talk about that in the second half of the show. Mr. Balaze, welcome. It's good to see you again.
Oh, thank you. Good evening, Madam Richardson, Dr. Richardson.
Yes, you too. I
watch our TV.
Yes, something is going on with our. Let me try. Mr. Balaze, could you speak again? Talk.
Yeah, just speak again. Yes.
Just say hello, 1, 2, 3, testing.
Good evening. Hello, 1, 2, 3.
Right. Okay. Better. Yeah. I always like to remember and feel grateful when people are nice to me. Even just saying hi to me is an act of me to be grateful for. When I was in Liberia, one of the times, I don't know when, but you were so gracious to me and my colleagues. I was there along with some other people. You just invited us to your office, and it was just a nice gesture. So I want to publicly tell you thank you for doing that. Just inviting us to see how the kind of improvement and impact that you're having on Liberians. You have a business there. Can you tell us a little bit, introduce yourself to Liberians? I'm sure many of them know who you are, but can you just introduce yourself?
Well, thank you, Dr. Richardson and fellow panelists. Thanks for the invitation. It's my pleasure to be here. And I hope it's not the last time I'll be appearing to the presentation on your show. Call me anytime you will need my expertise, and I'll be willing to show up. Again, I'm Saib Balaze, lifetime insurer. Professionally, I'm an insurance attorney, and currently I'm an insurance attorney and legal consultant. We do run a law firm. I have a partner, but I'm not privileged to call me at this time. So we're in private practice We are doing a consultancy. We are doing review. Basically, we're into transactional law. My partner has long history in the practice in the States. He's licensed in 3-4 states in the United States, and we made a decision to leave our positions as employee to become employer. So that's what we're doing. Basically in legal practices and consulting. I also teach at law school. I'm a professor of insurance law with a right assistant professor. So basically that is my background. All my life, that's all I've done.
Great.
New York, the Wall Street District, Washington, Maryland, Virginia corridor. I've done the Mecca of financial services, Hartford, Connecticut. I did that also for 7 to 8 years. So that's all I know. So I hope I'll be of serve some useful purpose in addressing some of the concerns that folks will have tonight. Thank you again for inviting me.
Definitely, Mr. Balazer, you will be useful to answer many of the questions persons might have. So if you're just joining us, the rest of the panelists will be joining me. I want you to know to take a moment to please share the show. We appreciate you also giving stars to Spoon TV. This is the way of supporting the show. There's a lot of expenditures that goes into producing this program. So we ask you to just support us. This is your station, and we've always supported Liberians, and you always supported this station. So we ask you to continue doing that. So again, Mr. Balazer is so, and again, please correct me every time I don't say your name correctly. I'm trying Balazer. I know that. So tell us a little bit about this whole conversation regarding insurance, motorbike insurance. That's everywhere you turn. You're hearing people ask about, oh, can the bikers get insured? What does it take for them to get insurance? What does it mean? All of that. Some people don't know what it means. So can you just describe to us a little bit about the process?
Our law, the Liberian law, as stated in our Liberian Code of Law revised on the traffic law section, requires that once you own a motorized vehicle, that is on vehicles with 4 wheels, 6 wheels, 10 wheels, vehicles with and a motorized machine that has 2 wheels, that has 3 wheels, that is tricycle, they are subject to the financial responsibility law. Okay, and then what is financial responsibility law? Financial responsibility law is a public policy tool. By that, I mean government is responsible for the health safety of its citizens. Therefore, folks owning vehicles, and the definition of vehicle is anything that is motorized on public highways. So that includes vehicles, that include trucks, motorcycles, tricycles, etc., etc. So all citizens of Liberia or within the borders of Liberia have social responsibility. And that social responsibility extends to include being responsible for accidents that may cause injury or property damage to others. Okay. In our sphere of the world, we call it the Compulsory Motor Insurance Act. Okay, and that's the same as financial responsibility, social financial responsibility. So we all have that responsibility to users of the road, so people that own properties, okay, and your fellow neighbors, pedestrians, so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. So what that does, in Nigeria, you have 2 ways of procuring the financial responsibility. And the 2 ways of procuring financial social responsibility, one, you can walk to an insurance company and buy an insurance policy, a liability insurance policy. And the second one the law provides. You can also go by way of securing a bond. So those are the 2 ways that the law prescribes in Liberia, which you can secure liability insurance and satisfy the law. So of course, we being humans, most of the time the law is there, it's mandatory, but if it is not enforced, if you don't have police standing on the wayside to interrupt your travel to work, people won't buy it. But it's a necessary tool. It protects all of us. So you may be a victim, okay? So basically, in a nutshell, financial responsibility law is to compensate the victim. So it's for victims' compensation. And in an insurance contract, to make it simple, the third party liability is a liability coverage intended to protect not you, because in an insurance contract, there are two parties to an insurance contract. The first party is the insured, and the second party is the insurer. So you have two parties to an insurance contract that are privy to the insurance contract. And then the third party comes into play, not because he's privy to the contract, but because he benefits from the contract as a result of being the other party who is not privy to the contract. That is, the first party, who is the insured, is flying the streets and is involved in an accident, and then somebody gets hurt or somebody's property gets damaged. Who's going to pay for that? Is that person going to be a social ward, or government ward of the state? So this mandatory liability policy, auto liability policy comes into play to say, hey, somebody must be responsible for this accident. And the responsible party will have to take the responsibility to pay for injury, death, funeral expenses, services, and property damage.
Okay, let me hold you right here, Mr. Palliser. Let me also introduce Abatopa to the show. He was very what is the word I want to use? He was very supportive, in bringing you on to speak to the Liberian people about their social responsibility. So I want to also thank him for connecting with you and then also making the connection. So I want to hold you because this station is for everybody. When we sometimes explain things, like in a form that I'm listening to and enjoying, they say, "Oh, they understand our English that we're talking." So I want us to break it down for them. So for my mom, Mary, and my cousin, Awa, please join me too, because sometimes you can be better at this.
I know, so now I can do the same.
Yeah.
Right?
So I must, in his defense, because I work in the insurance sector before as an underwriter and as a consultant. You just got to use some technical terms, but we'll try as much as possible. I know he will, to break it down to say that who responsible, who not responsible versus liability and some of the other terms that they use, and just for them to understand third party relationships.
So,
okay,
what I heard Mr. Ballard say, I heard him say, if you're listening to us, if you own two-wheel, you own three-wheeler, okay, you should go and find money and give it to somebody. So if you hurt somebody in your moving, in your driving, when you're driving around, when you hurt somebody, at least you'll be socially responsible. You'll be conscious enough. You'll be thinking about God, where you go and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," but you're not just say, "I'm sorry," your mouth. You have something backing you, the money you bring and say, "Oh, yeah, my insurance here. I hurt you. I'm sorry. I spoiled your property, or I hurt you." So I hope you're hearing what Mr. Balase is saying. He said, when we get into some kind of motorized, the people call it motorized car, but the car that we can be driving, the motorbike can be driving, the keke can be driving. The people call it motorized car. So that what you're trying to say, that you can go into any office, especially here he has an office in Liberia, where you can buy, okay, you can talk to the people, you'll be talking to us about that, and get something where we'll all be responsible for if we hurt somebody, or if you kill somebody, or if you spoil somebody's property. So I just want to break it down small, because I'm not good at doing this, but Mr. Balasa will help us, and I will help us do it.
Yes, and just for clarity, I hope I'm not advertising, because ethically the legal profession doesn't encourage that. But now I'm on the other side. Before, I used to be an underwriter, an insurer, CEO of an insurance company, vice president of other insurance company. But now I'm on the other side. Now I'm serving as an attorney for the victims, people who have claims against insurance companies.
I see.
Okay, so this is not an advertisement. but it's just a matter of clarity.
Thank you for
so
clarifying.
Yeah, so again, I'll take off my assistant professor hat, and I'll try to break it down as much as I can for Mawata, who's out there, who should understand it. So in simple terms, what we're talking about is what we call it in like the third party. So when you hear people talking about third party, what they're talking about is liability. Liability means other than you and the insurance company. So even you that own an automobile, you could be a third party too. You could be a pedestrian crossing the street and somebody hit you, or somebody could hit you and be in the wrong. Okay, so this policy is for victim compensation. So the government is saying, look, we as government, we got money to be taking people to a hospital when other people are tortfeasors. Again, by tortfeasor, we mean wrongdoer. So anytime I make a mistake and say tortfeasor, that's what I'm referring to. Who is a wrongdoer? Who hurt you using a car? Who injured you? Who spoiled your with a market along the roadside? That's what insurance is for. And it's for the good of everybody, including the motorcyclists, including the operators, including car owners. It's for everybody. It's victims' compensation. And let me just go further. When it comes to compulsory automobile liability, because it's for victims' compensation, you can easily say, oh, insurance company, oh, I am not going to pay this claim because this was an intentional act. Are you following what I'm saying? So because it's victims' compensation, when we speak to that, there is a clash in public policy, because public policy says a person should be responsible for his wrong. A person should be responsible for his willful action. A person should be responsible for his wanton behavior. Okay? That's what public policy promotes. But there's a clash with public policy. Public policy is saying, hold the person responsible, let them go into their own resources and pay for the wanton and willful and intentional act. But at the same time, when it comes to commercial or compulsory automobile insurance, they're saying, hey, look, this insurance that government has said everybody should take, it is not intended for the owner of the vehicle. It is not intended for the operator of the vehicle. Therefore, you insurance company, this mandatory insurance, okay, is for victims' compensation. So this thing you call exclusion, I always put on the policy, oh, we'll not pay for this one, we'll not pay for that one, we'll not pay because a man intentionally knocked somebody down. Let me give you a famous case, Wheeler for common law. There was a driver operating on the street, and the police, tried to stop him, perhaps to ask him for his insurance or to ask him for his registration. And you know what the driver did? He went and drove into the police guy. And then, of course, caused him injury. And then when the police guy went to the insurance company to file his claim, the insurance company came and said, oh, under torts law, intentional torts are not covered. That's when I come in as a lawyer and say, oh no, we are not talking about torts law generally, because generally you speak of torts law, then of course, intentional acts, willful act, wanton behavior are excluded. But because this is mandatory liability policy, compulsory liability policy, you cannot exclude intentional behavior, okay, from the policy that is a mandatory policy. Therefore, insurance company, you must pay in accordance with the limits prescribed by law.
Okay. So thank you so much, Mr. Baza. That was helpful. I'm going to go to Ava now. Ava, do you have any comment or questions? And I'm going to ask you guys to excuse me for 1 second. So go ahead, Ava.
Thank you, Francine. Thank you, Doc. My brother, say, how are you? How are you doing?
Well, fine. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. Thanks for encouraging me to come on.
Wonderful to have you here. Most of you who watching, me and the man go way back. The years are way older than most of you. Way back in Yegepa, at Karoha, Grassfield, Karoha. So he's a Cobra. But look, we appreciate you coming on. And right now it's a hot topic. You know, people have a lot of questions. They don't, fully understand how insurance works to a large extent. But just from a simple standpoint, do you think insurance by itself is something, even though we don't have system in Liberia, we don't have great identification of people, we don't really have addresses and stuff. Do you think insurance can work effectively in Liberia?
Well, it can work effectively. It's another, thing that we have to talk about, especially when it comes to auto insurance. I have a long background history in the business, and I've done underwriting in various states in America, and my career spans over 25 years in the States. And then, of course, I have privilege to be a registered underwriter at Lloyd's of London. So again, we'll keep the scope to automobile insurance. Can it work effectively? Again, it's going to evolve. So we are evolving, okay, and the industry is dynamic. We are not where we should be, where the developed world is. Let's look at automobile insurance. How can you effectively underwrite on auto insurance when you do not have driving record or driving history of each driver? So a guy walks to you as an underwriter and say, I want to buy automobile insurance, okay? Again, it's mandatory.
So, one question. By automobile, you including the motorcyclists in our pool too, right?
That is correct.
Thank you.
I want to buy insurance. How do you properly underwrite this guy? You don't know his driving record. He may present you with a driver's license, good, but he doesn't have an identifier that you can put in the machine, and then where all of his driver's history, accident history can be pulled, so that you can properly underwrite him and properly charge him. So here's the thing: bad drivers should pay for their sins. But where we are, everybody is paying the same premium because we have no way of knowing whether this guy is a good driver or a bad driver. So let's say, for instance, this guy is insured with ICA, and he was involved in 4 or 5 accidents in a given 12-month period. This guy, what he does the next year, because ICA has the information, they're going to increase his premium. So what this guy does, next year, he goes to Sunu. And there is no information sharing. Maybe that can be the starting point where insurance companies can begin to collaborate and share information. But the downside is insurance companies say, oh, I'm sharing information. This guy is going to steal my client. Okay, so that is the apprehension. So as a result of that, there is no information sharing. The amount of money insurance companies should make from underwriting automobile, motorcycle, they are being shortchanged because they do not have the data. They do not have the history on each driver. But again, it is a process, with Liberians moving back to Liberia, with Liberians being into technology. Okay, we are in discussion with a few consultants to see how we can bring all of this together with the police, Ministry of Transport, Central Bank of Liberia, so that we can be able to properly underwrite and properly price automobiles. So currently they are not properly priced. So that's not a good thing for the insurance company.
Right. Thank you. So there's room for improvement. So let's look at one practical example that happened recently. We know right now the police is trying to implement regulations around seatbelt, registration, insurance, helmet, and other protective things, which, we support in general. But if you look at an accident that happened recently, the explanation is this is from the police side. I was not there. I don't know for sure. But supposedly the guy is on his bicycle with one passenger and overtaking on the side of traffic. And this, fire engine is supposedly going to respond coming from, I guess, the old road going to a car where on, a response to a fire, and runs him over and unfortunately kills the young lady on the bike and the driver. And the bicycle driver. So in that case, we talk about third-party liability here. And now in this instance, the motorcycle driver, from just basic traffic rules, I'm not an investigator, person driving the opposite direction is wrong, and, in other people's lane. And then there's the issue of this vehicle being a government vehicle. So how you handle those two things, this whole third party thing, and then the government, potential responsibility or non-responsibility?
Good question, because it addresses another issue that the mandatory third party liability, legislation doesn't address. When you read the legislation, is Vehicle and Traffic Law, Title 38, Liberian Code of Laws Revised, Chapter 4, Compulsory Liability Insurance. When you look at that legislation, unfortunately, government, again, this fire truck you're referring to, if it was owned by government, unfortunately, this legislation exempts vehicles owned by government from this mandatory third-party liability insurance, unfortunately. So it's good that we're having this show. We have lawmakers, we have opinion leaders. They're listening. So we will have to revisit this legislation, because this legislation is a public policy tool, okay, to make sure that injured parties, people who suffer because their properties are damaged, they are not left without remedy. But in this instance, okay, government-owned vehicles, okay, are exempt from the mandatory law.
So let Mom Mary understand you. A government vehicle coming and hit her child on the road, the government not owe her anything? The government not responsible?
It's possible that individual institutions go and purchase insurance. But what I'm saying to you, this law says private and commercial vehicles, before they get their cars registered, they must satisfy the third-party liability law. I'm reading the law, okay? Title 38, Liberian Code of Laws Revised. Government-owned vehicles are exempt from the mandatory third-party liability act. So how government handles that situation, whether the fire service has its own, arrangement with insurance company outside of the mandatory third-party liability law, again, I can't answer to that. But I'm saying government vehicles are exempt from the third-party liability law. So it means that if they don't have insurance, they don't have recourse from an insurance company. Again, there are various ways by which people can satisfy financial responsibility. I say you can secure a bond. Okay. Or you may have a self-insurance fund. Or government say, hey, I'm government. I have all the resources. I don't need to buy insurance. In the event of such an accident, because I'm government, I'm deep-pocketed. So I will go into my own coffers and satisfy, the family and provide remedy. But again, I don't exactly know the situation of the fire service, whether they have their own self-insurance, whether they bought a bond, whether they bought, again, they didn't buy the financial responsibility because they are exempt. So again, good luck to the family.
Okay. I wasn't here, so I don't know if you guys covered this. But again, if you're just joining us, we are here with Say Balaze. He's an insurance attorney and a consultant. The trending issue in our country right now is about insurance relating to the motorbikers and also the keke riders. So if you wanted insurance for your motorbike, okay, so that you should be socially responsible. So in the event that you hit my Mary or my Benu while you're driving and she got hurt, and you wanted to be responsible, what do you need to do as a vehicle owner or a motorbiker owner?
Okay, this is a government regulation. This is law, and then the enforcement rests on government. So, I over the last years we've been seeing some incremental improvement in the process. In the first place, your motorized vehicle should not be on the streets registered if there is no insurance, because insurance is a prerequisite to registration. So that's where we need to tighten, the wheel.
Yes.
At that point.
So just so I can understand you, So before somebody go to transport to register their car, they going to carry insurance and show that their car get insurance.
Yes.
The motorbike too.
And a motorbike too. Yeah.
And motorbike. Okay. That is correct. That's what the law says. It's not. That's what the law says.
So what should they do now? Where do they go to get insurance? Because we've been hearing, no insurance company in the country, all kind of thing.
As far as I know, there are about 15 licensed insurance companies in Liberia, and 14 of them do property insurance. Okay, there is one that does only, one or two that do only on life, and the other 14 are involved with property insurance. So there are many ways. Now, you have a lot of shops. So you have insurance companies that have posted shops at Ministry of Transport to make it easier for, car owners. So that when you go to find or transport and you want to insure your vehicle, and you say, you need insurance first. So you have vendors right out there. You can go and buy your insurance and go there. But what is happening now is what happens to the legacy issues. Okay, the legacy ones that didn't buy insurance 2, 3, 4 years ago, but they are still plying the streets. So there has to be a way or methodology or develop on how to capture those guys, those legacy guys that have been out there 4 or 5 years without insurance. But there's now a gatekeeper, guys who are purchasing new vehicles, all right? Again, except there's a slip through the system, but the system at transport is now set up, from what I'm gathering from my colleagues who are still in the industry. They're saying they begin to see, uptake in the number of people who are now buying insurance, because Ministry of Transport is now doing the best they can to enforce what the law says.
Very good.
Before you have the car registered, you must have insurance. That is.
If you have your bike registered, you must have insurance. If you have your keke registered, you must have insurance. Right? That is the law. This is not Mr. Balazet saying it. This is not Advatopa or Spoon TV saying it at the law, my people. So
no insurance company is paying me as a consultant to come and promote that either.
Thank you.
That's what the law says.
I really appreciate your ethical clearances that you're making here. Saying that no insurance company is paying you, and you are not advertising as ethics require of you. So thank you for saying that, because sometimes people they miss that. I can tell that that was
so.
Really,
So one of the things people are concerned with a lot, and it seems like nearly everything, right, in Liberia tends to be held up. People saying when people have accidents or they make claims, the insurance companies are not paying. They seem like there's a whole bunch of other cases that are just in the justice system. So do you know where the hitches or the bottlenecks are when it comes to resolving insurance claims?
Let me see how to address that. That there are so many sides to that. Let's take, for instance, many people have not read the third-party law, including some folks who are CEO, who are underwriters, who are claims managers. The law, the compulsory liability insurance law says you are responsible for victims who are third parties, and the law says in vehicles that are carrying people for hire, that is fare-paying passengers. So that goes for keke. Keke is carrying fare-paying passengers. motorbikes are carrying fare-paying passengers. Sedans are carrying fare-paying passengers. And the law is clear on that. Generally, under the conventional insurance, passengers' families are not covered for third-party liability, but the law is very intentional. So the law is saying passengers for hire vehicles where they pay a fare, the passengers are covered up to a limit of liability. So if there was no clarity there, and there was no clarity there for a long time, people believe that passengers were not covered. But for premiums paid, again, that is not applicable to everybody that buy automobile insurance.
Okay.
I'm saying for the purposes of people who have vehicles that are commercial, that are carrying passengers. Under the Act, those passengers are also considered as third party. Not the rider, but those passengers are considered as third party. So if they are injured, the insurance company has responsibility there.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome former CEO Stanton to the show. Stanton, welcome. We're discussing this insurance business that is a trending issue in the country. We have as our guest Mr. Said Balazer. He's an insurance attorney and consultant.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. Consider Balazer, thank you very much, sir. It's good to have you. And thanks for all you continue to do for Liberia. Sorry that I got in late, but we hope we're going to have you another time that we can really discuss these different issues. And not only the insurance, but where you're so good at, the law of our country, the Constitution, and everything else. We hope we can schedule you. Let's talk about the national issue, the day-to-day activities in Liberia. We appreciate you on Spoon. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you, Spoon.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invitation.
So I got a question because I have another question. As you guys know that at 5 o'clock, we're going to start the fundraising for the surfers in Cape Mount. So we are just kind of having Mr. Balazer be here for an hour with us. As Stanton said, he's going to come back. So you have another question, and then I'll go to Stanton, and then I'll ask.
Oh, you wanted me to ask a question before you bring the old man Ava on?
If you have a question, that'd be awesome, or a comment. I mean, you did make a comment.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but the issue, I don't know where I met you guys, but if someone have asked the question, please consider. The issue of the insurance, though, you guys going to do the yearly insurance stuff? How cheap would it be for those folks? That would be the Pempen, the tank, how you call them? Pempen and Keke. How cheap compared to the commercial vehicles and that of the private owned vehicle, like and the commercial, like the taxis and the buses? How low can you guys go? Because those guys are hustling, counselor. Most of them take on like 3,000 Liberian dollars a day.
Again, when it comes to that, the third party liability, again, is a legislation. So those premiums are tariffed. By that, I mean the premiums are developed by government and the premiums are given to the insurance company by government. So they are tariffed. Mm-hmm. And there were not premiums for the Keke, and there were not premiums for the motorbikes. So what the industry did, they got together along with the Ministry of Transport and developed together premiums and limits for Kekes and on bikes. And those premiums were endorsed and approved by the Ministry of Transport. So those are the premiums that are now being used. So to answer your question, it is not left for the insurance company alone to develop premiums for the mandatory compulsory insurance. It is tariffed. By tariff, I mean the government is the one that develops it and passes it on to the insurance company.
So how much? I understand how much we're talking about.
Let's see what I have the schedule here. I may not have all of the schedule, but let's see what I have.
As Mr. Balaze look for the schedule, I just want to make sure that she's going to be
Well, you can bring Magdalena on. This is part of her area. She's from the executive. You'll bring her on. Why are you keeping her in the back? We got to squeeze Magdalena. Did they bring in Premier on the Keke rider until we got her? She's a political leader.
For motorcycle private, it's $80 for 12 months.
Okay.
Motorcycle non-governmental NGOs, $85 for 12 months. Motorcycle business is $95. Motorcycle commercial, $100 for 12 months. Tricycle private, $100 for 12 months. Tricycle business, $120 for 12 months. And tricycle commercials, $140 for 12 months. Again,
so basically, I beg you back. You have 48 minutes to ask your question. I just coming in. Don't interrupt me, but I beg you back. Councilor, help me up. Those people that are out there on the radio listening to you right now. He got a pen. He got a keke. He running. He making money. How much with a pen rider today? How much would they be paying on the pen?
Okay, I have a tricycle private, $100 for 12 months.
Hey, Councilor, make it simple now. We're not talking about tricycle private. The one that be making money running the street, how much? He do business.
Bikes, business bikes, $95 for 12 months.
$95 for 12 months.
Commercial bikes, $100 for 12 months. That's the schedule I have here that I'm sharing.
Yes. And that schedule is subject, I just want to protect you a little bit. This schedule is subject depending on the law or wait.
Again, this schedule that I'm looking at and reading to you, schedule is developed in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport.
Okay. How much do you make? So now let's get into
involved.
So, Councilor, the government, Madela Cooper, political advisor to the president, they have agreed to charge these people $95, 12 months. How much the insurance company have on it? Or is the insurance company adding to that $95?
Well, with the exposure, now that I've just exposed another part of the law that were not being applied. So if I was sitting in the insurance company's shoes, where now I know for commercial,
I'm a group here and in fact the guy
have to pay for passengers. If I'm an insurance company, I'll be a little bit concerned as well.
That's right. So I don't think when people say it's good, welcome to the show, my sister, my schoolmate, Magdalena Cooper. It's good to have you, madam. But Councilor, my last question, because Abba is killing me here. I just want to understand, it's not cheap. Am I making a mistake? If I take it home $3,000 a day, he's not hearing me, it look like. Abba, can you hear me? Councilor, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
So is it because the insurance company have not added their portion on that $95? Am I correct?
You said they can now add?
Yeah. Are they adding any amount on the $95?
Oh, certainly.
There we go.
We belong to ECOWAS, so there's an ECOWAS brown card that facilitates travel of each African country, free movement between Liberia, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Guinea. So we have the ECOWAS treaty that provides for what we call the ECOWAS brown card. So they have to buy the ECOWAS brown card, and that is about between $10 to $15.
Okay, let me rest with my question, because these are very, very concerning. If you're going to add to the 95, Madam Cooper, political advisor to President Walker, adding something on that 95, that it means that these guys are going over $100. You think that amount is reasonable, Madam Cooper? You are muted, man.
Maybe I can say something before you come in.
Oh, go ahead, Councilor. Then we'll bring in Madam Cooper.
You deal with one side of this issue. There are claims that will come. We are aware. And given the history of motorcyclists, the history is not strange to you. The history is not strange to me. There is frequency And at the same time, there is severity. So you have frequency, number of accidents occurring every time, and you have severity. Okay? The quantum of damage that is done when they are involved in this accident. In most oftentimes, there is death. Okay? On the other side of this mandatory insurance scheme, you have, the government has also provided limits of liability. Let's take for instance a sedan. If somebody is involved in an accident in a sedan and that person is a third party, and somebody dies in the third party's car, the law provides for paying up to $10,000, again, up to $10,000 per person. So that is to say, for injury, death, services, funeral, the insurance company has to pay $10,000 per person. And if there are multiple people involved in the accident where you have 3, 4, 5 people injured, okay, the limit of liability is $20,000. Okay, then you have a limit of liability of $5,000 for property damage. Okay, so insurance is an aleatory contract. By that, you actually, to break it down, it's a contract of unequal exchange. You are paying $95. Your limit of liability, the total exposure that the company has, is $25,000. So let's look at the exchange, you understand? So
no, listen. We cannot cap it at 95, sir, because you're going to add your 2 cents. We're going to add ECOWAS. We're going to add United Nations. We're going to add United Nations. We're going to add ECOWAS. We're going to add the European Union. We're going to add every plus. So it will not only be $95. That's my argument.
Again, your argument is a little bit flawed because I'm saying the premium is tariffed. And the very ECOWAS brown card is imposed by government because government ratified the ECOWAS brown card agreement. So it's not the insurance company that's imposing that extra surcharge. It's also government that is saying to apply the streets, you must conform to the ECOWAS protocol. That is,
how much is that?
Brown card protocol.
How much is the ECOWAS brown card protocol, sir?
It's anywhere between $10 to $15.
So we just reached up to $110. Is there any other hidden fees that will be added?
Not that I know of. But there are also discounts that can be awarded for good drivers discount,
okay,
a fleet discount. So of course, you also have access to discounts.
Okay.
But
thank you very much, Mr.
$100, $125 for maximum loss of $25,000. So $125 for $25,000. Is that an equal exchange, Stanton? You tell me.
No, it's not.
Sorry, guys. We have to bring this back.
Dr. Richardson, you gave her 1 hour. We got 4 more minutes left. Please consider.
He has to close, and then we have to.
Dr. Richardson, you cannot bring a good food on the table and you say that people shouldn't eat. So
well, we'll
please,
bring it back.
Except you want to bring the counselor back. I love this conversation. Madam Cooper, welcome.
I think question.
Thank you.
I'm understanding what we're talking about.
I think the counselor has to come back because this topic is more than 1 hour topic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people interested and got questions.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And
it's a very important issue as well.
Yes, trending important issue. I mean, I was sticking to my $95 in my pocket. But instead of you kind of clarify things and say, it's not just $95 because
it's tariffed.
You know that fine line under the commercial that you can't see, you can't read. Right. Like where do we hit you at? Because now it's additional 15. You talk about ECOWAS, we'll go to the United Nations, we'll go to European Union, we'll go to Asia Union. Then before you settle this thing, AOU. And everybody will be at it. But Councilor, thank you very much, man. We hope we can have you back, though.
Freddy, we can get 1 or 2 calls from the public because they're the one who will get it.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Let's get some
closing. Somebody wanted to know: can they pay their deductible or the premium by payment plan? Premium by payment plan. Like I pay everything.
Here's the thing. We said it is an aleatory contract. The exchange is uneven, and premium by itself cannot pay claims anywhere in the world. Okay, so you have to collect the premium in advance to go to the market and invest some of that premium, so that you can earn some interest on it and be in position, solving enough to pay claims. So again, for the public to know, premium by itself cannot pay claims. I just gave an example to you. $125 for 25,000. Insurance companies are not magicians. They are not money jugglers. So
you're quite correct. We just saw one of the most recent incidents that took place, and we'll be discussing it on Spoon. The fire truck incident that killed two of the motorcyclists. Seriously, they can't even identify them. And I was talking to the IG. The IG is a Stanton. We went at JFK. We can't identify these people, but it was a horrific accident. We are investigating, and here we are. So again, though it would be so hard, we really want to have you back.
Yeah.
Again, the law says government-owned vehicles they are exempt from the mandatory Insurance Act.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're going to have the counselor back, so we can ask the counselor to leave, Isaac. Once you get back, we'll set a stage to take phone call. Madam Titi is meeting on us. Thank you very much, Councillor Say. Is that say by said to say or to say which one?
Come on. To make a correction, I'm an insurance attorney. I'm attorney Balazet.
Oh, Anthony Balazet. Thank you very much. Come on.
I don't go Supreme Court. I teach and do transactional law.
Wow. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, sir.
It was a pleasure.
You're always welcome. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm trying to speak my lame manner to Anthony.
The man that ignore you about manner pa.
No, the message is manner. You come
on. Manner and Gribble.
Manner and Gribble. Okay, so you
from the Gribble, father Manner from Sunny Pulley.
So you see, the man he's almost like Jeremiah Kuhn. The Jeremiah.
Don't put something that man here to start thinking him wrong.
Where you going now? Where you going?
Don't put stuff in my brother here to start thinking him wrong. I beg you.
We want to say thanks to the Anthony Balazet. A great conversation, folks. We want to say come back next time. We're going to have, listen, if you're driving the Pimpin, the Keke, you want to hear this conversation. Now you know that you will be paying $150, $110.
Yeah.
At least.
Remember, people going to add European Union charges there too. But here's the important thing here, though. Understand this. Your insurance will be between $10,000 to $25,000. In case of, listen, you need it. I mean, seriously. We can beat on the government. We can beat on not Patrick Sulu, how you call it, Gregor Coma. But you need this because it's the best thing for our country. We need a change. Madam Cooper, I know you're not here for politics, but there will be no way. I ask you some political questions before the rest of the guys come in. Madam Cooper, talk to us about this new change of event. Please talk to us, please.
Stanton, first of all, Dr. Francine, it's great to see you. Isaac, wonderful to be on here with all of you this evening. Happy Friday evening. I hope you guys are going to have a fantastic weekend ahead of you. But regarding the changes, when we campaign on change. We campaign on making life and rescuing Liberia, making Liberia better than where we met it. And so these are some of the changes that's taking place, and His Excellency Joseph Yima Boakai is very serious about rescuing this country and bringing it to a place where we, the generation that left privileged life across the world, to come home and at least have some of what we left behind in the other parts of the world in our own country, so that our children can have a home that will be proud to leave them.
Again, I want to say you're looking sharp though. Well, I should keep that one. Yeah. I should keep that one for later, right? I don't get in situational. You're looking sharp.
It's Friday night. I've been in the office the entire day. But thank you. And Dr. Francie agrees. I believe it.
So that office in the mansion, your office in the mansion right now?
Yes.
I do. I sit in the office of the president.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's the political advisor to the president. She tell the president, I'm your political advisor. No, let me leave her alone. I shouldn't go there.
So the information that seems to be obtaining for 2029 right now, what's your analysis of it?
Well, can we hold thought because
I like that question. I think it's too early to talk about 2029. I want my president to sit and be comfortable.
But listen, I said don't go there because we're going to squeeze 30 minutes into ready. I've been waiting for Madonna Cooper. We're squeezing 30 minutes in.
Right now. She's telling me that
All right, let's go ahead with the fundraising.
That Madonna Cooper is here because of this. She's not yet to discuss.
I would dog back in. I said, "Are your dog?"
No. I visited
somebody. Madonna dog. I know that's something like kick. That's something like kicking you got, right?
No door in your mansion. No door in your mansion.
No. Let's ask Madonna. Your dog like kicking? You know people call kicking?
My dog is a dog. I have a German Shepherd and a dog.
Oh yeah, I got one. Yo man, that's the way to go.
Okay.
You mutual yourself.
Yes, I want her to go outside. I'm asking my daughter to put her outside.
Oh, okay. So this is what we're going to do. You guys going to have your show. We're going to demote ourselves on the screen. We're going to put that to Kula up, and the rest of the team, whenever anyone come on, we're going to, because it's the best thing. Dr. Richardson, you take it away. You guys want us here or we should leave? Anything you decide, I do right now.
You can stay.
Please stay on.
I'm tired. I had a very long flight. 3 hours, the plane was shaking, but I had to come on the show because I know how it is. Folks, I wanted to thank you again for checking on me. It's not about me. It's not about Spoon. It's about raising a hell of a lot of money tonight because you want to go to Grand Cape Mine County. You want to be part of that program. We have to raise this money. We have to collect money, $5, $10, whatever you can. We're going to let it be tonight because that Takula is here with a war face. She won your money. Well, Robina, I thought I just see my Robina. I can't the show. I'm leaving you. No. Okay, I'm going in the back. If you bring Robina, you call me. Yeah, it's not your bring Robina. You call me.
Robina on the show. Robina is that hairstyle. So sorry, hairstyle. So for a second, you're Robina. I want to welcome everyone to the show, including Madam Cooper. We welcomed you earlier. Dr. Kula, Esther Baker is here. I believe there are others coming. The consultant Robina and Representative Ricks, they were here the last time. We all are interested in going to Cape Mount this coming weekend. That's why they are here. They are here for us to support them financially. All right. We all think complain about developing our country, and we get mad sometimes because we think that development isn't going fast enough. This is the time for us to show our juice. We call ourselves pineapples. This is the time for us to show our juice. So I'd like to just give it up to Dr. Kula, Hester Baker. It's important that we support this group this weekend. Madam Cooper, Cape Mine is an important, Rarasport is an important place. It's one of the top 10 servants in the world. You can't be any more proud than that. So I'm going to just, Dr. Kula, I want to just give this, take it on.
On mute. Can you mute me?
We can hear you.
Go ahead.
Hello, how are you all?
Yeah.
All on mute.
Who's speaking?
Yeah, go ahead.
Robina hiding her face?
No, they got some technical issues.
Man, stand up. You can demand to get her come on with something covering her face right now. So.
I know.
No, so let's go ahead. Please do not unmute. Do not unmute. Because the studio have yours. We are using one mic. So Dr. Kula, welcome to the show. Talk to us.
Yeah, just keep it.
Good evening. How are you guys? My camera.
Good.
Good evening. Great to be here this evening. Actually, it's nighttime now. So
Yes. And if you can see, Madam Cooper is here. She's a special guest to this committee. And she's here to encourage you to pay your money. That's what we're here for, to raise money. We're not here to, play games tonight or anything. So we started this last week. At the end, we're going to come back one more time before the event in Cape Mine. I believe it's the 23rd of May, right?
So can we hear from each of you 1 minute, please? Because we got to go talk about collecting money. I know you, Dr. Kula. I know Magdalena Cooper. I know Hester Baker. We met on this program. We met in person, whatever the case may be. Let's just jump into the money matter. But we'll give you guys 1 minute. Let us know from last week, since we had you guys before up to now, what's going on. And then addition to the plan, I mean, your motivation, your spirit, what's the juice you want to share with us? Then we'll get into the money. But first of all, I will ask Dr. Richardson if you guys agree to give us what we collected the last period. Do we have that, Dr. Richardson, that we can announce?
I can give you an estimate. The CEO Titi kind of in the process.
Is that similar to an estimate? Because
no,
similar to the estimate.
I'm not going to do fussy math. You're not going to do George fussy math either.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure. So give us some kind of estimate because the people are asking.
We were looking between $9,000, if I'm correct, ladies. If I hope my math is, you guys are following.
Including the one from Motorbike and that which was collected from Liberia also?
No.
All right, so we'll get back. Let them talk in the back. We'll get back. We hope we can give the breakdown to the folks. Let's start with Madam Cooper. Madam Cooper, we didn't see you the last time. Yeah, you are. Are you from Grand Cape, Mount?
No, I'm not. I'm from River G. We just won the county meet the other day.
Oh, so you're going to rub it in our faces, right?
Go ahead. Rub it right in. I'll rub it right in, Stanton. Rubbing it right in.
So, I mean, you heard about this program. Talk to us. Well, what can you share with us, this great program?
Of course, I'm not wearing my political hat today. I'm here as a fundraising partner and friend to the surf event that's coming up. Of course, tourism is one of the agencies of government that I have oversight on as a political leader to the president. So, support the ladies, these amazing ladies, Dr. Kula, Rabina, who I quite like to call Rob, and Hester, the hardworking Hester. I'm happy to join forces with them to bring some noise around this because this is huge for our country. This is something that is going to bring so much coolness to our country. These girls have worked so hard. They brought CNN. They brought all these incredible partners on board. And Liberia was picked. This is not something that's just, it just fell on us. This was a conscious decision by the president. And, you know, that Dr. Kula is the head of the Liberian operation. And so for me, it's very important to put my mouth where my money is, and so to come here and support, to raise the $148,000 that we need between now and the 20th, because the guests will be coming on the 20th. And so we're doing everything we can as a government from the office of the president. The president puts his full support behind the ladies and this event. So yeah, Liberia, here we are. Let's put our money where our mouth where our money is. I guess that's what I'm here to say. We're going to raise this money, $148,000 between now and the 20th, and we're going to do it. I'm on board.
So we're going to get back to you from the president office and see what was his contribution. We got to put that one in it. But let's go to Dr. Kula, you left. Why? But let's go to Rubina. Rubina, talk to us. The last time you guys were here, what's going on?
Well, okay. Hey.
While Rubina is getting ready.
We can hear you, Rubina. Go ahead.
Hear me now? Okay. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having us on. Well, we've been busy. It's been extremely, extremely busy. Like every project that you do, and when it comes to fruition and as things are coming together, you start to get really busy. If you're not busy, then something is wrong. And we've been getting everybody ready, putting everything into place, speaking with our partners, making sure that we continue to raise funds so we make this happen for Liberia. Robertsport, everybody in town, this is the big talk in town right now. Everybody, all road leads to Robertsport. We're getting a lot of calls about lodging and just coming to hang out. And I think like everyone in Liberia just wants to enjoy some of our resources. And Robertsport is beautiful. So we're looking forward to getting out there, and we're looking forward to showcasing our country, and we're looking forward to opening Liberia for business. So good to see you all, and we're ready to roll.
Thank you very much, Rabina. Dr. Kula, what's new?
Yeah, well, all of our activities are ready to go, so I'm very excited. Our president of the Liberia Surf Association, Representative Kuda Ricks, is done with her sessions in the U.S. She's actually on her way tonight. She'll land here tomorrow. Hester and I are on our way to Robertsport at 4 o'clock this upcoming morning to make sure everything is as it's supposed to be. We've got signage that's going to be on the streets announcing the big event. You know, we've got a bus that's going to take people back and forth to Robertsport. We mentioned it last week. We actually have a flyer that we wanted to share. We gave that to Ms. TT earlier, but it's going to show the number of the bus that you can call. You book your ticket and you're on your way. Because again, remember we said no planes to Robertsport, so we're going to go via a shuttle. It's a beautiful long shuttle bus that will take us to and from every day. You know, you can meet up, I believe at Bella Casa in that area, get on the bus, and the bus takes you around 5 a.m. And then in the evening, the bus brings you back, and then you fly your way home. So we've got so many things, so many activities planned. We've got tours. I mean, amazing tours. Our incredible Hester Baker made sure that we covered every ounce of tourism when it comes to seeing those views and those places in Robertsport that need to be seen. So we're very, very excited about this opportunity. Our guests are beginning to arrive starting on Monday. We're very excited. And then on Tuesday, we have a huge event planned for our guests as they get off the plane. So a lot is in store. A lot is in store. People are coming from so many different countries. Visas have been processed. Everybody is ready to rock and roll, and I'm just over the top, over the moon right now.
Yes, ma'am, Hester, welcome again. I mean, you're doing all those incredible work, and like Dr. Kuda said, yeah, we are. But next week is around the corner. I'm hearing that you guys want to do Robertsport tomorrow morning. Just spoke to Madam TT. We want to send our crew with you guys, if you guys allow, for us to see what you guys doing. So if you agreed and you can provide transportation and he ride with you guys, he will do a full coverage tomorrow. You know, that we can share it on social media, you know, just to get some steam. All right, are we in agreement? Can we do that?
Brilliant.
Good. So before you leave, please talk to Madam Titi. She stay in the studio. She's gonna maybe Nelson, one of the guys, will go with you guys early in the morning and do the full day. You guys will be back the same day, correct?
No, we will spend the night. We'll be back on
no problem. Just you can have him, and he will be there because we got to cover everywhere. We got to do a showcase. We got to show it to the whole world exactly. Not they don't we'll bring it up on the show tomorrow. So you guys are really sure. Now let's hear from you, the wonderful Hester Baker.
Well, first we'd like to say thank you to Spoon for having us and for all of the support that you have given to us. It's been beyond words. So we'd like to say thank you to Spoon. And we'd like to say thank you, Magdala, for joining us this evening. I know we've, met this, we've had meetings, and your support, you're out there just as much as we are, trying to make sure that we have a successful landing. This program, our mission in this program, we hope to answer all of the unanswered questions from the public. So I think we'll spend the next hour or two just, looking at where people might be a bit confused about the event, and our mission is to just answer questions. So thank you again for having us, and we look forward to an engaging hour or two. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, folks. We're going to get this thing kicking. We here to ask you for some money. I'm saying James Etta, you see you on the show, you're ready to rock and roll. Andrew Stucker, and everybody. Someone was asking for the Zelle because they pledged $500 last week. We couldn't give them the Zelle information, so they have not paid. They just reminded me they need the Zelle information. If we have all this information, let's share it right now. They want to pay that $500. Madam Cooper, we want to say thank you for joining this great team. Let's make something happen today. And as always, Madam Titi have agreed. She will send one of the reporters with you guys. We want to go live. We want to see everything. We want to, in Liability, you want to burn my hat? Yeah, we want to burn people's hat. And we make people to go. So I want to say thank you. We're going to open the phone line. Yakazi, if you can join us. But let's start from Madam Cooper. The last time we collected some money, I don't know what Ava pays $100. I really don't know, but I'm very concerned that we did it.
Yes. This is
Ava, how much you pay?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to start
200, I believe. But then I saw another 100 from out of my cash app, so maybe I paid 300. Y'all gotta check your records.
Look at bad. Kali let you will pay 200 and pay you. Yeah.
No, I paid 200. What are you talking about?
I mean, we shouldn't argue on the people show back. They will kick us out though. They will kick us out.
They got to show the list of everybody who paid. Right now, collecting the Chio Town people money, and emailing and sending all the listing of all the people contributing.
The anonymous people.
So we got to show accountability. No, that part of the show. We got to show accountability.
Hello, your name and where you joining us from? Your name? Yeah.
The 13 race.
Can you talk into the phone? Your name, please.
People want to hear their own voice.
Yeah, the man hearing himself talking. Madam Kuma, so why are you starting this thing up with? We're going to get in some kind of auction thing here.
Before we get to her, let's ask about the boss man. Where the paper?
But don't do that. Don't jam my paper back. I will not tell you one.
I'm happy to speak about that.
Don't talk for that. Why you getting into this thing? Well, let's leave politics. We won't raise some money. If you get in that thing, I get you my political question. When I leave for you, I'm begging you.
We are here to raise $148,000. Is exactly what we need. And we will start on here. Spoon has always been great. Whatever the Liberian can give, whatever the Liberian and the diaspora can give, we would take every penny. But at the same time, I'm also talking to corporation businesses in Liberia, and people have already started committing. Even our partners, the embassies, are committing. So after this show, between now and early next week, we're going to start collecting resources from our development partners, from the businesses in Liberia, local businesses in Liberia. And so, people are giving 500 here and I had some big commitment this evening. I have to send some letters. And the beautiful thing is everybody that gave will get a thank you letter from the office of the president. So we that letter stating how much you donated on the day we receive it. And we will show you evidence that it actually went to the right place. I work for a boss who's very transparent, and so everything we do here is going to be transparent. So my people, you don't hold back. Let's give to the ladies. These ladies are going to do some good things for Liberia, and we're going to raise this $148,000. And let's start tonight. And so, Stenda, you were asking me how much I'm giving personally, or how much I'm collecting?
No. How about you starting with tonight? We want to open the team, but we can't move and say you move us.
Boss man, and you can see what in politics we got tradition. We can let it the small pull up and say go before.
But you call me former CEO, but like former, lead that former thing.
You always CEO, man. That thing alone. Always CEO.
So I did my collection last week. So
what you do?
We did 100 though.
Oh no, I will start with 500. I can't. We'll start with 500.
Oh, you'll start with 500?
Correct.
Well, they're embarrassing our CEO. He got to step up.
No. I did 100. No, listen now. I did 100 last week, right? So she was start. What's the cash out number? You put the cash out number. I would not let it
They cash out where money can come from. Money will come from it to them.
Can you put the cash out number up? You can see, please.
There are ways that you can give. You can give by using Cash App. Is the small.
But what we're doing here, man? What's the cash out number? You can see you slowing us down, man.
There it is. It's on the screen.
Okay. Teaspoon 24.
Okay. So last week now y'all add this thing up. I gave 100, right? My data just gave 500. So my balance at 500, about 400, right?
400, yeah. Because we call Jimmy Jericho now. That kind of team. We can't be our person, but
No, we're not. We'll fight the battle today. So Ava, you know that you're going to get your 100, your 500 too, right, Ava?
I'm part of the fundraising team, and I'm part of the executive board. So don't bring a witchcraft to me. You scraped me last week. I put in my 200 today. I will bring in 100 more today. I will bring in 100 more today.
Yes.
No, you can't. Ava, you just told in the chat room that you're making 20,000 a month. You can do that, Ava.
No. I didn't tell you that. That fatiga. I said my rate is $126 an hour when I work. That's what I told you.
Okay, so whosoever get that cash app, I just bashed my data Cooper. So Madam Cooper, I mean, we on the same level for Jimmy Joloka. All right. So one of my many followers agreed, and they just sent $400 now. It brought the rate to 500. So my data 500, Stanton 500. Who can be that? We open the phone line.
You said supporter, then you won't put it to your name.
What?
You said supporter.
Look at that cash app and see where it came from. You better start the time the people show. They will kick you out. All right.
I will soon be leaving. I gotta take a long ride to go back in town.
So here we go, guys. Here we go. It's very important for us to do this. We'll open the phone line. Yegesi, can you just put everything together how we had it last week? I know you wasn't here, but the phone number, the local number, and the international number. Put my phone number on for people to call. Folks, we want to say share the program, please. We want you to call.
Somebody from Europe asking, so if they got send wave number 2, let them give it for the people from Europe to send something.
But you don't disturb the people. So the people get it organized back. Leave the people alone.
I'm on the radio.
Yeah, Madam.
Ladies, can I speak? I have someone in line. Want to make a pledge?
Yes, ma'am.
I have Mr. Mohammed Ba, who is the special envoy, presidential special envoy on investment on the line. Mohammed, can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you guys hear?
Mohammed, good evening. Yeah, that's Mr. Mohammed Ba. We can hear him. Talk to us.
Good. From my office, I will pledge $500 because.
Woohoo! Thank you very much, Mohammed Ba. And again, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Right now, we're talking about we just collected so 1,400. Mohammed, as always, my man, thank you very much. We appreciate the 500. Let's go to the phone line, folks. I see that. Who is that? Is that Madam Riggs? I thought they said you were in a plane. Representative Riggs. The plane sent the car.
So I just landed in New Jersey. I am on my way to catch my flight with Ethiopian Airline. I leave about 9 p.m. tonight. So just wanted to say hello to everybody and thank you, team. You guys are always on the grind and doing what we do. So thank you so much for holding it down.
Thank you very much, and have a safe travel. If you get to Liberia, we'll be there with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Witherspoon. We appreciate
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, so guys, you heard exactly. She's on her way to Liberia. This thing gonna be crazy. Hey, Procurement, are you in Liberia?
What you mean in Liberia? What you doing, Obi?
I see you in Liberia.
Yes, I'm in Liberia, Chief.
Yeah, but I see you in Liberia, man. I mean, what's your contribution? But let's go to the phone line. Let's take more calls. If anybody call on your phone, you can interrupt us. We will bring that person in. We're here to collect money. All right. So we will do less talking, more collection. We ask every one of you from all over the world, please contribute to this. This is big. Tomorrow, the Spoon team will be with the team over here to go to Robert Sport to show you exactly what they are not hiding anything. They're going to show it to you. Clear, real. Where you're going to enjoy the good blue water, everything, the good food, everything. We have to make this bigger, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. Let's open the phone line, please. Nelson, put a number. Yakezi, put a number up now, please.
Yeah, we're doing that.
Thank you. Oh, we talk about money pocket and they run away though. Wow. All right, Dr. Francine, are you stay in the back? Madela Cooper, you want to say anything to us while the producer getting the number ready? I think the number supposed to be still here, but you can see, please hurry up, folks want to call. If you know my number, 609-649-4206, you can call my direct number. I will be happy to bring you on. If you get the number for Liberia, call that number as well. Let's hear you. You can see, open the line, please.
077771075. 077771075. 055510175.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I just got another pledge from a very good friend of mine who wants to remain anonymous. He's gonna give $1,000 now. Collect that for the ladies.
Oh,
I hope you got your people, Clarice. I hope you got your people.
I mean, the poor are organized by.
You keep saying that, but you stay asking for information, my man. When I speak on substance.
My man, don't let me say something that make people fail. I know you're collecting Mr. Cummings' cash app. But anyway, let's go ahead. We'll talk about politics here.
That the easy people coming for each other. You will spoil the whole show. They're watching you. They're watching you. You won't spoil this show.
Oh my God. We waiting for the phone number. You can see you have not posted the phone number.
Why are you talking? Some people asking if this is a government effort. This is a combination of government and the tourism sector represented by the Liberian Surfing Association and other people who have interest in the whole tourism thing that are really supporting this effort. So yes, any reflection, positive reflection from this comes on Liberia, comes on government. Any negative reflection, they will say, oh, that Joseph got government again. So yes, the government is a part of this. And so, you know, if you are a government person or you're an opposition person, this is about Liberia, try and support this effort.
Thank you very much. I don't know what's going on with the studio. I hope Madam TT is there to work things out. I put the number up, but you put it down. Can you?
Yeah, it's there. It's there.
But all those numbers are not working. Just put just the 2 numbers up. The one that I had up, please.
Okay.
All right. Let me do it from here. You can see it. Let me do it from here. All right. So, Madam, Dr. Kulai, Representative Ricks is on her way. You know, she's happy. Here we are. You're gonna have the 14th up to next week. By this time, you guys will be boarding. Let me take this one real quick. Hello, your name and where you calling us from?
Yeah, this is Hashim Family calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Hashim, what's up?
Yeah, I'm okay. My female, so I'm going to send my contract. I'm going to send $50 right now.
You got a Cash App?
I got it on I'm looking at it on your watch. You send it to you. I got a Cash App.
My man, you send it to me, I'll get problem. We're trying to, I thought they had this thing. You know, you're trying to get me in trouble. I don't do that to you, man. But yeah, but send it to me. Maybe I will send it to them. I don't know. The Cash App is teaspoon 24.
Okay, I will send it right now.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, if you call, also let us know if you're from Cape Mine or which county you're from. I believe that Hexter and the rest of them will be visiting your county next time around. You want to say something, Madam Baker? It's not good on you.
Just thinking, we're thankful to those that have contributed. Yeah, we're very thankful to those that have called in. I thank you, man, for adding your part up. Yeah, so we're just thankful. Just please, keep in mind that everything we're doing is Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That everything we're doing is in the interest of Liberia. This is about Liberia. And what we're actually doing here is, I think we've gotten the domestic market. This is called domestic tourism. We're driving domestic tourism to Robertsport. Robertsport is an amazing tourism destination. And if we can build up more interest in Robertsport and get people more on the road going to Robertsport, and we can have more events of this type, I think we're on the way to building tourism in Robertsport and Cape Mount. So just keep the calls coming. Let's make it happen. Let's get Liberians excited about tourism. Let's get Liberians excited about this sport. Surfing. We have so many young people that have now become surfers. That we have, for example, surfers coming from as far as Maryland to compete in this competition. So it's not just surfers from Robertsport. You also have surfers, surfing all the way up in Maryland County. So we're quite excited. We have a video. I don't know if Ms. Titi was able to post a video, but of one of the surfers from South Africa. We'd like for you all to at least see, some of those that are coming. But let's make it happen.
Let's see. Is this it? Let me see whether, I don't know whether, if you have it, send it to me, Robina, or Dr. Kula, send it to me. Let me upload it. I don't know what's going on in the studio, but I will try to do it from my end.
Hi there, guys. My name is Paul Sampson. I am from Muizenberg, South Africa. Join me at the African Surfing Confederation Africa Surf Tour event in Robertsport that will be happening in Liberia from the 23rd to the 28th of May. Africa Force. You.
Okay, so he's going to be there, right? He's coming along?
Yes, he's got his ticket. He's on his way. He's coming.
Wow. Wow. You are muted. You are muted.
I have a contribution. Your friend Stanton.
You have who?
I have the ambassador on youth and sports. He wants to make a contribution.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes, sure. Ooh. Yes, ma'am.
Kevin, go ahead.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hey, Mr. Kirby, how you doing? Welcome to Spoon.
I'm good. How are you guys?
We're super.
Okay, you did a good job. Congratulations, you guys. You know, I want to make my little donation. You know, I told my wife I want to like support to give $500. You know.
All right.
We try small. You know. My Sunday we have a game. The national team, the female, have a game. So for the surf, we just donated 500 to support you guys. You did a wonderful
Thank you.
job.
But can you put it in French? Can you put it in French? I want to speak French.
Let him make that. Let him say hi. $500 and say in French.
Yeah, please. Make it $1,000, but say that in French.
$1,000, man. Come on, a sports ambassador. $1,000.
Yeah, but you gotta speak French though.
Ok, d'accord. Donc, je vous supporte. Franchement, le beau travail que vous êtes en train de faire. Je vous donne ma contribution de $500.
Merci, d'accord.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you. You still got me that $1,000 though. That's that 500, 1,000. We put your name down, 1,000 ladies. Put him down for $1,000.
Can I say something about the ambassador? He has been wonderful. He and I have been talking about the whole thing. He's coming with us to the airport to welcome the guests when they come in. I mean, he's helping us. He's really been very supportive. So the money is a plus, an icing on the cake. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ooh, wow.
Yes, then I just want to add when you do.
Can I do this one real quick? Dr. Richard said this person been waiting.
Oh.
Hello, your name?
For me?
Yes, you. Your name and where you joining us from?
Hey, my name is Steven from Minnesota.
Talk to us.
Yeah, I'm trying to donate 150, but I'm trying to make sure first because the name I'm sending it through Zelle, but the name is kind of a little different. That shows up. I want to make sure.
So what name are you saying?
I say Foundation for Children Care International.
That's it? Yes, that's it. They all agree. That's it.
All right, so I'm gonna be donating 150 right now.
Thank you very much.
Can you do me a little favor? I'm trying to get Mr. Umar on the line. He is actually the president of the African Confederation, just so he can say hello to us.
Yes,
so
sure.
If it comes through, can he say a few words?
Sure. Is he calling my phone?
Well, no. Hopefully he's going to answer. He just answered.
You bring him on. Dr. Richardson, go ahead.
I was just going to tell everyone that when you do the cash app, you're going to see Patrick Johnson. It's okay. That's the IT person that you're using right now. So somebody was asking, I just want to make sure if you have $1,000 before you see Patrick Johnson, okay, to send the money to. It's our IT person in the back.
Thank you very much, Dr. Richardson. Man, look, the money team coming in. I look at it in my heart burning. 1, 2, 3. What? Hello.
Hey, CEO, can these people, I'm trying to send money to Cash App, but it's saying Patrick Johnson Jr. Can they clarify? Because you just give us number. Let us know. We don't want to send money somewhere else because we're not going to.
You are quite correct, but that's the name, my brother.
Okay.
That's the name.
The IT person in the back.
You're welcome. All right. So I gotta add a name. Yeah, because people are concerned. That make a lot of sense. All right. So do we have him, Dr. Kula?
We're still calling.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still calling.
All right. So you want to add anything? Anybody have somebody? Are you talking to us, Madam Cooper? We're not hearing you. Oh, okay. She's still hustling for money. She's hustling for money. That's good. Paul Kennedy, we are here raising money, my brother. It's good to have you. Talk to us and your contribution, sir.
Well, let me start with thanking the organizer of this idea to bring tourism, to highlight the sector in Liberia. Really appreciate all of the effort together. You know, we have the potential to grow a lot of things, but the initiative that you are taking. I mean, it's overwhelming for us. We want to thank all of you. And I wouldn't make much speeches tonight. You know, I don't want to go. Do I have to give? But I have friends who are going to call in pretty soon to make some contribution towards this. But I am impressed by the efforts. I'm impressed by the initiatives. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you.
So how much you giving?
I'm giving anything tonight. I mean, don't worry, I'll get my envelope. But I'll tell you
the program is next week, though.
It does not matter, CEO. You're not going to squeeze money out of me.
You just went to a big program with Enfield and Liberian National Police.
That's different.
Welcome to the show.
That's different from what we are doing here tonight. We are encouraging our people to support this initiative. And
well, I get caught on maybe this person. I trust you, Paul. I trust you. Welcome to the show. Your name and where you joining us from?
This is Barbie Zina-White. How are you, Spencer?
How you doing, Barbie? How are you today?
I'm hanging in. Hey, Mandela, how are you?
Mandela, I was looking for my year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sitting here with my sister, Catherine, and she had a question, but we will be giving $250.
Oh, you said you'll be giving what? 200 to 50 or 250?
$250.
So let's do the math. Let's do the profit key math. Who gave 150 and who gave 100?
Both of us are getting 250.
No. You gotta do 150, 150, 300. We gotta balance this thing out.
Okay.
Thank you, Barbara. Right. Let's talk to her real quick. Let me appreciate her.
Just for you, I would do that.
Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate it.
How you doing? Just your sister Barbie.
Magdalena, somebody's speaking to you. You are muted. She's muted.
I'm coming down. I'll be in Liberia on Saturday, so I'm very interested in what you guys are saying. My question to you guys is, what do you guys have in place for safety for these people that will be doing?
We want you to follow Spoon Talk tomorrow. We are sending the reporters with the team. They're going to show everything you will need to know, and we'll have it on Spoon Talk again tomorrow. We're going to do a full coverage, a pre-event for you guys to see. So again, they will love you. Thank you. You're going to Liberia, and thanks for your contribution. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yes. All right. Go ahead. They got 300 coming in. Go ahead.
Okay, guys. I have someone else who wants to make a contribution.
I want to make my business bigger.
Yes.
We're not hearing.
Okay, you ready for? Okay, Eddie.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, Eddie, go ahead. My friend Eddie, he's the owner of Otopo restaurant.
Oporto.
Oporto.
Oh, Oporto. Okay, Oporto.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oporto owe me money.
That's all right. I'm gonna give $500 from me, from the shop.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Are you there?
Thank you. We appreciate you, Eddie. Dr. Kula, you got somebody?
I'm sorry, guys. Can Umar just say hello? Umar, go ahead. Say hello.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. I'll call you back, Eddie.
Umar, go ahead. The connection is really bad. He's in Senegal. He is the president of the African Surfing Confederation. This was his big idea is to unite Africans through surfing. And he's been doing a really good job of that, coordinating, getting everybody ready. So Umar, can you say hello? The connection is really bad. Are you there? He was just a second ago. Yeah. Go ahead, Umar. Say hello. Go ahead.
Hello. I'm here. Hello.
Go ahead.
We can hear you, Umar.
Yeah, just say hello. Say hello.
Hello. I'm here. Hello.
Thank you very much, Omar. Is he coming to Liberia? Kula, is he coming to Liberia?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we will see him when you get there, and we'll say thank you, Umar. Go ahead. Go ahead, Madam Cooper.
Good evening again. I have Mr. Mohammed Bob back on the phone with another pledge from him and his partners. Mr. Mohammed, go ahead. Oh, hold on, Mohammed. Go ahead. Sorry, it was on mute before. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this one is a pledge from my partner and myself, our company H&A, $1,000 US.
Oh, Is that
Thank
Mohammed
you.
Ba?
Mr. Mohammed Ba, the presidential envoy on investment.
That guy got to stick around for a little bit though. What? We said thank you, Mo. Yeah, I call him Mo. That's my friend. Oh, I want to say thanks a lot. Let's call some name. Mose Vapana, $25.
Mohammed, thank you so much.
Richard, 50. Tupac made of 50. Moba DP, 50. Edward Sorry, 25. Robert Sims' wife, 30. Somebody don't want the name to be mentioned. They sent $400. This thing is rocking like crazy. It's claiming. We want to say we received $1,000 from the ambassador from Youth and Sport, $500 from Madam Cooper, $1,000 from Mohammed Ba, $500 from Topoto. A lot of money coming in.
$1,000 from Ali Kefe.
Ali Cafe, yes, 1,000. You're quite correct. We want to say, let's make this. Please contribute from my sister Barbara and her sister, my other sister, who will be going to Liberia. They give $300. Again, we want to hit the magic number. We raised a little over 10,000. I heard the last time. Do what you can do. Let's bring in some money. A lot of stuff needs to be taken care of. We know that, I don't know if this is a secret, the government going to contribute. Maybe, the government people take pay on Christmas Eve. So maybe they're waiting for the 19th before they send our contribution. Boy, you're laughing. Yeah, they wait for the 19th because the government will contribute, but we see nothing yet. But we got Madara Cooper here. We asked her what a contribution.
What's that?
I heard that the government sort of contribute though, but we see anything yet.
Well, several agencies, once they receive the letter of request, will honor those letters of request. But the letter, it has to be a proper protocol with them. So, but a few individuals that I'm speaking with this evening are making personal pledges. So there's no protocol with those.
Okay.
Right. So the agencies will make their contribution. The government will do its part. And once we've raised whatever amount we raise, I will inform the president, and I'm sure even the office of the president will do something as well.
Oh, beautiful. So it will not be Christmas Eve.
It could be the Eve.
You know what's fun? The puppet will say, oh, when Christmas Eve, your money will go shopping. You got to tell the market card. So
the money is so good if it's on Christmas Eve.
So, Dr. Richardson, what you want to share with us? Or Robina, you want to say something?
Yes, I do. Okay, so this is not going to be anything boring in this town next weekend. I mean, I told the ladies that, we want to hear music. We want to see people just having a wonderful, wonderful time while we have this surface on the water. There's going to be concert. There's going to be food. There's going to be tours. I mean, it's just going to be a big open beach party, pretty much. And if you want to come out and have a good time, bring your kids. If you just want to be a part of this history, because it is history, please, please, please come out on that day. And this is for all of us Liberians, and we're going to make this happen. This is the first. And imagine it's kicking off here. It's kicking off here. So we'll have something to talk about after all this is said and done. So we look forward to having everyone come out to Robertsport. I'm looking forward to having a good time. Madam Magdala Cooper, she's looking forward to have a good time. Hester, Dr. Kula, Laquita, all of Liberia, we're looking forward to enjoying ourselves. And we're enjoying ourselves at home. We go to different places and we spend money at resorts and we hang out. And, sometimes when we take these trips, I'm thinking to myself, this could be home. But tell you what, this is the opportunity to do it now. It is now. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to raise this money. And next week, we're going to have a good time. So please donate. And thank you. Thank you to all of you who have contributed so far, and we look forward to many more. Thank you.
And just to add to what she's saying, everything is going off with a bang, starting on the 23rd of May, which is next Thursday. So just make it a tourism weekend, okay? Leave Monrovia, leave wherever cities you're in, come on down to Robertsport. It's going to be an amazing time. I'm telling you, 23rd is our opening ceremony, so it's not a technical, what would you say, competition on that day. It is an opening ceremony, so we'll have dignitaries there. I mean, it's going to be wonderful. There'll be opening activities. There'll be music, like Robina mentioned, on the beach, dancing, everything you can think about. And then, of course, we'll have some free surf. We'll have the surfers on the water doing their thing. We'll have the kids doing their thing on the water. So it's just something amazing to see. It's an opportunity to witness something that many of us have not seen before. Many people I talk to say, I've never seen surfing. I'm like, come on, come with us. You'll see surfing in full flesh. So we're hoping to have all of you come. Like I said, the bus will be ready. We're going to have flyers to pass out, all that good stuff. We'll send some information to Spoon if you want to contact them about how to get up to Robertsport. But the bus will be waiting for you. So you just have to book it and then come on down. It's going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing time. So we've got to get the monies raised because a lot of the event is going to be free. So just give her the opening ceremony. You don't have to pay anything. Just come and have a wonderful time.
Well, the VIP lounge.
Oh yeah, there is a VIP lounge. Now you do have to pay for that.
And you know what? The government has been really, I mean,
amazing.
We've been.
Can we take just 3 calls, Robina, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Your name and where you calling from?
I want to do this anonymously, please.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to do it in the memory of my son, who was murdered last year. And I went to dental mission in Pittman County. Let me turn my TV down. I went to dental mission in Pittman County when I was in grade school. And so I wanted to be able, I've been trying to call you guys for the last couple of weeks. I wanted to donate in my son's memory, and I wanted to donate $500. Just tell me where to send it.
Oh, thank you very much. Are you watching the show?
I am. I'm looking at all of you guys right now.
The Cash App is written under our name. The Cash App is Teaspoon, capital T, Spoon 24.
Hold on, I'm an old lady. Hold on.
If it's giving you a hard time, I can forward the $500 to Dr. Richardson. Send it to my number, the 609-649-4206 number.
Okay, wait, so you said go to the Cash App. Hold on, I can do it right now while I'm talking to you.
Okay, so let's do that. Then send it to the Teaspoon.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Teaspoon 24.
Okay, that teaspoon.
24. You put a $, the capital T, E, A.
Wait, go back. $sign first.
You want me to text it to you?
$sign teaspoon. Yeah, you can text it, but I'm typing it right now.
Yeah, Teaspoon 24.
And she see Patrick Johnson. It's okay.
The name is Patrick Johnson Jr.
It says Tyler Teaspoon 24 Terry with.
No. Leave it before you made a mistake. Let me text it to you, okay?
Okay, text it to me.
All right, Mama. Then I'll call you. Thank you.
We can't lose that 500. Thank you for the 500.
Thank you. And been a mission to Robertsport is.
Your name and where you joining us from?
So my name is Dominic Jones, and I'm calling from Liberia.
Yes, sir. Talk to us, please.
Good. So I want to firstly commend the team there who are now bringing serve more up on the Liberian scene. But then also there's something I meant to. I've been trying to get in touch with the serve person. My name is Dominic Jones, and I started surfing in Liberia right after the Civil War in Liberia. I introduced surfing in Liberia, especially Robertsport. I also introduced surfing in Robertsport when the war was so terrible. I made sure.
You want to meet them? You want to talk to them?
Yeah, but I don't have any contact of.
Sure. Sure. I'm gonna send you Robina contact. You can text her. Okay. All right, thank you.
And he can go eat the pepper soup too, eh?
All right. I mean, you my business. You do not cook pepper soup for jet anybody.
All right, I'll go there and eat some.
All right. All right. Hello, your name and where you joining us from?
I'm just from Massachusetts. My name is Janet Colley.
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
I'm calling to find this program you guys are doing. Is this free for the local people, or they have to pay a certain fee to enter?
It's free, man. It's free for the local. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to donate $50.
Thank you. You got the information?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. All right. All right. So let's make this thing. We got to keep on moving, folks. We got to raise money. Please open your phone line. Let's see how much we can get. I know the government going to chip in, but we have to do more. Hello. Hello. Your name and where you joining us from? Let's see how much we can get. Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Please talk to us. Welcome to Spoon.
Is this live?
Okay. We'll come back to you. All right. So go ahead. Rabina, sorry to interrupt you. We just needed to bring in that money, but talk to us. You were saying something?
No, I was speaking. I was just.
Go ahead, Dr. Richardson. Go ahead.
Robertsport, Cape Mount is the home of Bendu Mission and St. John's Mission. My father's family is from Robertsport, the Chinowitz, so that's how come I know a little bit about Robertsport. By the way, Dr. Kula, I'm jealous you're in Liberia. The last time we were on this show, you were right in your home in Georgia. So I want to just urge everybody to continue to make a contribution. I mean, just imagine for the surfers. It's the surfers that I'm fascinated about. Can you imagine the guys then just kind of dancing and jiving and walking on water? I mean, where have you seen that before? And there are our own Liberians that are doing this. So for no other reason, just support the surfers. I mean, it's Liberia is one of the top 10 spots for surfing. And I mean, it's just going to be, from what I'm hearing, it's just going to be so much fun. I wish I was there, you know. Do you have a call center?
Yeah, let me call some of this name. Dr. Richardson, you're right. That's why a lot of missions over there. A lot of folks came from that area that went to school. I hated mission. I never like going to the mission, so you won't find me there. Mission life was only for Albert Togba because he was hard-headed. It didn't help him either. We got Juris Cooper, $100. Mary Ann Harvey, $25. Bobby White, $300. Joshua Togba, $30. Stephen Pay, $30. Rachel Hansen Yuma, $75. A lot of folks. Emmy Raider, you want to contribute? Thank you for joining us. The Cash App information is up. Folks, please use the teaspoon 24. The name is Patrick Johnson Jr. Welcome to the show, Mr. Samuel P. Jackson from LLC. It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. This afternoon I had to go to Buckhead. I signed a big consulting agreement connected to Liberia with an international fintech company. So I'm celebrating tonight. And yeah, so hallelujah, thank God. I made a contribution last week. I'll make another contribution, but not tonight, but I'll make another contribution. As soon as the check clears Tuesday, Wednesday next week, I'll let Stanton know and I will. Yes, but I mean, it is a big one. Thank God for that, you know. So they choose up. What got people say they won't give me.
We're not talking about politics, Papa. I gotta meet you. We're not talking about politics. At the age of 70,
at least your white people stay like me.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the second contribution. Hang on, don't you leave, Mr. Jackson. Hang on, let's make this thing happen. We got but maybe 10 or 15 more minutes to go. This round is pretty good. I see that Madela Cooper still working in the back, the political advisor to President Joseph Yamabwaka. We want to say that the government is fully involved with this great initiative. We want to say tomorrow, watch Spoon. We will be going live from Robertsport. The guys will be with the team. Madam Hexter Baker will be showing us all the little corner. You ask for handicap. You ask for what kind of water, blue water, red water, yellow water, the food court and everything, the dance floor. Join us tomorrow. Watch Spoon go live with Dr. Kula and the rest of the team. Remember now, Representative Ricks will be in town, but this guy is going to show you all the little corner. Now, transportation, you heard the information. We'll be sharing you the flyer, but you don't want to miss tomorrow interaction. It will be very, very big, and we encourage you, please, John Spoon, once it goes live for you to understand this. So again, anybody have anything to say? We are running on time because I want to squeeze Madela Cooper with some political question and for us to see where we are. I just
wanted to ask, I think it was Dr. Francine, I was in and out when I heard that they're going to provide transportation to take folk to Robertsfield. Is that going to be paid transportation or free transportation? Robert Sports.
So for the bus that's being arranged, everybody has to pay for themselves. That's for people who would like to come to the event who may not have a car or may have a car and don't want to put their car on the road. So remember I said in lieu of an airplane, you would ride the shuttle. So the shuttle is $60 round trip from Monrovia to Robertsport and back in the evening. So it's $60.
And that's for the date. What date?
For every day. It goes every day. So it's on the 23rd, which is opening. You can, we said we're meeting at 5 a.m. At Bella Casa, but don't just show up. Now you need to call the number that's going to be on the flyer. We're going to have Spoon place it, I guess, on the page. So you guys can go and get the information around Monrovia. We're going to pass out flyers. Every show or every time we get an opportunity, we're going to talk about it. So these are actual accommodations. I'm glad you put this up. These are accommodations. These are places you can stay in Robertsport. Buchanan Hotel is a nice place. Waka Jungle Lodge is a new place that's just opened with Lisa and Rudolph from Libasa. You've got Nana's Lodge, which is Musa Shannon's place. And all these places are fun places. Phillips Guest House, Grand Cape Mount Surf Association, they have their place. Wilhelmina Guest House is there. St. John Mission is there. I think it's.
Are these people contributing to? Are these folks contributing to this program? Are they contributing to this program?
Well, I mean, they're letting us use some of the parts of the facilities. Musa Shannon has been very gracious. We're going to have a concert on his property. The stage is going to be set up there. So, a lot of them are doing little things behind the scenes.
Okay. All right.
But we could get the next slide. I want to talk a little bit about that slide too.
If you send it to me, I don't know the producer we have in studio. Send it to me, Dr. Kula. Let me bring it up.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
So I just wanted to add, just in case you want to get more information on Robertsport, please go to enjoyliberia.travel. And when you go to enjoyliberia.travel, click on Cape Mount. And once you go into Cape Mount, then you can also click on for accommodations. So the phone numbers are there on the website. And so you can call direct to see, check for accommodations and what have you, on their availabilities and what have you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see the next one. Did you guys have it? I think there's one about it has the bus on the bottom, so we can show the number and talk about it a little bit, because I know transportation is always an issue. So we tried. We did our best to at least get a bus service that's, going to be able to shuffle people back. It's a nice, comfortable bus, air conditioned. So that was a plus for us. Yeah.
Thank you. Let me just one caller, real quick. Your name and where you're joining us from?
Yeah, Emmanuel Jackson from Boston.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yes, I'm from Kippa. I'm from Pecos Town, Tala, which is just across the Piso Lake from Robertsport. And I attended St. John's. I'm going to contribute $100.
Thank you very much. And you say, Emmanuel, you got the
Emmanuel Jackson.
Yeah, you got the cash out, right?
EJ.
Thank you.
EJ from Cheers.
We appreciate you. Something is happening here. Thank you. Whenever we come on the show to collect money for the organization, Glennie always MIA. She always misses. No, this is the second time. No, I'm serious. That's me. I've very observant. This is the second time. Glennie going again. And the reason why I'm saying it, because she's not working, but she in the back texting. She yet texting. I just saw her name. She gone. I thought Glennie will be supporting this great work. Dr. Richardson, what's going on, Glennie?
I can't speak for Glennie, and I don't believe that Glennie is MIA or she's in the back doing something.
This is Glennie texting right now. Good evening, she said.
I'm sure she has a good reason for not being here, but I want to say that.
Second time in a row?
I don't know what to tell you now.
All right, let's get back to the show. I just thought of bringing it up, man. I know she's not from Grand Cape Mount, she's from Grand Bassa, so she doesn't, show any support to those, anything outside of Grand Bassa. She chooses not to show up. So
you just said nobody should talk politics. You just said nobody should bring politics here. You are bringing politics on this platform. We are here to support the team, to make sure people are.
You didn't contribute back, so you can't talk about. You got no moral right to talk. You didn't contribute back. We are
dancing and talk plenty.
Dancing and talk plenty because you don't. You contribute.
You can't talk, man. You contribute. Be quiet.
In that context, I want to just say this is for all Liberians. It's not just about people from Cape Mount, Grand Bassa, or anything like that. As Dr. Kula said, there's going to be buses traveling on a daily basis.
But Dada Kula knows very well what I'm talking about. Dada Kula told me to call Glenny name, so she knows.
So,
thank you very much. We know we got one more to go, and I think we did extremely well thanks to Madela Cooper.
You interrupted me. I wasn't finished talking.
Oh, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead, please.
I was talking that as you support the bus driver, you will be supporting someone from Montserrat County. There's going to be a lot of people selling packs, like masks, bags, and stuff like that. They might be from Montserrat County. You'll be sleeping in, Montserrat County for parts of your trip. As you go through Montserrat and Bummy and those places, you'll be supporting Liberians. And this is an opportunity for us to show, that we support tourism in our country, because we know we have a beautiful country. Our country is a gem. And a lot of people want to expose our country to the world. And through tourism, a lot of people get jobs. In fact, there'll be a lot of jobs this weekend. People will be roasting fish, selling food, dancing, and doing all kinds of stuff. So there'll be a major boost in the economy. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you, Stanton.
And for those spending the night in Robertsport, we'll have the bonfire going at night, the music on the beach, grilling on the beach. We'll have an open grill, mixed grill with lobster and fish and all, whatever we can get from the beach. Cocktails. And then we also are taking Chef Frankie.
Chef Frankie.
Chef Frankie will be there. Chef Frankie is our gourmet chef in Liberia, trained in Paris.
Yes.
And so he's going to come in on the 23rd for the brunch. Yes. And so in the VIP lounge, Chef Frankie will be there doing cocktails and mocktails and of course something amazing.
Where's the VIP lounge? Where is it at? Is it on the beach or where is that? You guys keep referring to that.
It's on the beach. On the beach. Just so you guys know, Stanton, when your people come tomorrow, we have created a surf village, okay? Yeah. So a part of the surf village is where the VIP will be. Everybody it's beautiful. It's all for y'all. So you guys will come we're at the tail end. We're almost done with it, so you get to see us putting on the finishing touches this weekend.
And we're going to transfer a military tent into the VIP lounge. So the Army has stepped in, to also assist. So I want to say a big thank you to the Defense Minister George and the Army for stepping in to help us as well. So many people are just giving support.
So what is this next weekend?
With the visa,
on the 23rd.
It starts the 23rd.
Yeah. Okay, so next weekend, I'll be real, man.
Mandela has another donor.
About the money. Mandela, you want the money? We love it.
Back with popular demand, or by popular demand. The Presidential Special Envoy on Investment, Mr. Mohammed Ba, has another message for us. Mr. Mohammed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this pledge is from Telecel Liberia.
Telecel.
One of the best Telecel Liberia, one of the best internet provider within our country.
Yeah.
So they're pledging $1,000.
Whoa.
Hi. Thank you.
And I'm actually quite pleased to say that I do use Telecel. Very good internet service. I can testify to that.
McDonald, long time, Mama. How you doing?
Hold on, Sam. He's speaking.
Hold on, Sam. He's still speaking.
Sam, he's speaking. One more thing. Go ahead, Mr. Mohammed.
Okay.
Yes, and Telecel Liberia has one request, and it's just an appeal if the committee can allow them put their banners at the venue.
Well, I will make sure I have Dr. Kula or Rob or Hester give you a call to speak with the company. Yes, there are options for that. Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, okay. In this public manner, we need to.
Thank you very much, Rob. But listen, you are the investment guy, ambassador. So go ahead and do something. You're doing extremely well. We just took 2,000 out of you. As long as we're still on the show. 2005. Yeah, 2005. Wow, 2005. Bravo, my man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can we say something? A big thank you to Motorbike. No
thank you,
problem. Robina, she picked up the check. I mean, it was beautiful because of money. So, Robina, go ahead. Tell us about the quick meeting.
You pick up a check from Musa. Is it a real check?
Good cash. We want to say thank you so much to Liability. You know, he called me and he hunted me down and he said, Rabina, where are you? You need to come to me now. I don't care where you are, you need to show up. So I'm looking for you now. You're not looking for me. And he presented. We want to say thank you so much to you. Say thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, Musa is a good guy. He know how to contribute. Let's show this real quick. As you can see, can you talk to us about this?
All right, so okay. So just so you guys know, prize money, right? So the entire prize money is $25,000, but it's going to be divided up with the athletes. So the first prize for the males, $5,000. The women, I think, is at $2,500. So different groups have different amounts. But again, this is not just a surfing exhibition. It is also is musical. So you guys are in for a treat. It's a musical festival. It's surfing, it's music, it's festival. We're going to have people all along the beach. We're going to have a culture troupe that's going to open up for us. You know, I love dancing, so I get excited. The culture troupe is going to perform at the opening ceremony. There's going to be a concert led by Teddy Ride, and then a lot of the local artists will also participate in this. So it's going to be just a wonderful time of enjoying and showcasing our talents to the world. All the people that are coming in are going to see Liberian-owned activities. There's going to be a Liberian culture trip. There's going to be Liberian music, Liberian food on the beach as well. So just come out and enjoy the fun.
And please, that price is not price, it's prize. Prize. Okay, just some of us all into editing.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me play this video. We want to play it briefly because I think Teddy Ride music is copyrighted. So.
Tabani bisa dewa, oye na dewa ulu. Tabani bisa dewa, oye na dewa ulu. Tabani bisa dewa, oye na dewa ulu. Tabani bisa na dewa, oye na dewa ulu. Dewa ni mnu emeni bisa yesa. Say dewa ni mnu emeni bisa yesa. Cheche pole dewa ni mnu emeni bisa yesa. Dewa ni mnu emeni bisa yesa. You tell my worry, you said it on your head. I'm telling you.
So we have no copyright. We want to say yes. Go ahead.
It remind me of my tabela days, man. Instead of you can't say that.
Forget that one. Forget that one. Go ahead, Madela.
Yeah, Madela working.
She's working in the back. That's my girl.
Impressive. That.
We're not hearing you.
This presidential special envoy is back again with another pledge. Okay. Mr. Muhammad, go ahead.
Why you guys didn't put that guy on the team? You're sure I got him on the team.
No, Muhammad's always on my team, so he's on the team.
Wow. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, so this pledge is from Joseph Numa Bwaka Jr.
Jojo Jr.
Jojo Jr. Yes. On behalf of his company, Development-Oriented Consultant, and him, they pledge $500.
Development.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed.
You'll see.
Development. Tell Jojo I'm coming for additional. Tell Jojo I'm coming for an additional 500. He's the son of the president. I need more money from him.
Thank you very much, Jojo. We want to say thanks to Jojo.
Did you guys hear that? He accepted that. He accepted.
I heard it.
Well, thank you, Jojo.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thanks a lot. Listen, we will be back. When the next time we'll be back here?
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday?
The day before.
Yeah. All right. So we want to say to every one of you.
I got one more pledge, guys. One more pledge. Send it before you go.
Bring it in. We wait for it. Bring it in.
Okay, so I just got $1,500 from Mr. Avi Zedenberg from Liska. He will be giving $1,500.
Nice.
Wow. Awesome.
Wow. Can you come back on Tuesday, Madela?
I'm gonna be collecting my money for my sponsor.
Y'all gotta bring her. I can't wait until y'all bring her. I beg you. Yeah, y'all bring her. I can't wait until y'all bring her. Yeah.
That one that will mix politics on Tuesday. We're mixing politics with fundraising.
No. After she collecting the money, they will talk politics. Right now, that money.
Exactly. So, well, you're there by the Sam Jackson.
The man was smile. The man not smiling. Why the man not smiling?
You know, he waiting 30 minutes to smile. Who can smile with that?
Man, let me finish getting a big consultant. He want to rap you again. Yeah, let me, man.
Oh, but I mean, a prophet doesn't get any respect in your own country. So the white people, they see me. And when I read it, they can be happy.
The white people didn't know that. The white people didn't know that you were standing over Joe when he killed out 13 people.
Oh, they didn't know that. But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You think they don't
have don't bring politics in the team, man. But let's go back.
So the white people say they were 46-year-old revolutionary. I don't white people look at him. He's a 46-year-old revolutionary. He was brave enough. He was brave enough in the middle of chaos to stand by a revolutionary president.
For being on this show, Sam, start talking about yourself. Let's talk about the women. I don't want to
talk about myself just now. I don't want to talk about myself. I don't want to start here.
Okay, let's stay.
Yeah, so you just leave me alone.
We appreciate the audience for the compliments.
I've seen you for a long time. How you doing?
There you go. You want to start better lecture again. Madela, don't answer him. Don't answer him.
Sam, it's wonderful to see you. Next Tuesday, ladies, Stanton and Dr. Francine and Isaac and Sam, I would like to have a flyer we can share. If I had that flyer before coming on here tonight, we would have raised more money.
It's up to you.
Let's promote next.
You got it. I just
want to say that. We're going to do this. Madela, thank you. Please don't go. Madela, beg you, don't go. We got a few questions for you. We want to excuse the great ladies here, Dr. Kulai, Hester Baker.
Hester Baker, my girl. What's up,
Louis Vincent. We want to say to every one of you, don't forget. Hey, Papi. Oh my God.
Man, the man got new contract. The man got a new lease on life. The man excited.
I want to hear more with this contract. What is it for?
No, don't get started. Papi, no. Uncle Sam, forget it. Don't answer that question. Let me say this real quick because I want us to spend some time with Madam Cooper here. We got to do a little bit of spoon talk now. The people coming for spoon talk too. We want to say thank you, Dr. Kulai. Madam Baker, thank you. Madam Vincent, always. I know maybe we have passed, I don't know the amount, but Madela, thank you greatly. You brought in a lot of power. Seriously, you did.
Yes.
Thank you. You brought in a lot of power. I think what I'm looking at, we raised today a little over 10,000. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, but whatever the case may be, with all this donation, again, we add everything up and we give the full amount to you guys that contributed. I want to say thank you. Please don't forget, follow Spoon Talk tomorrow from Robert Sport. From Robert Sport, our team with John, Dr. Kula, and her team, we will be showing you everything live. All right? You're going to go live, then we'll do it on Spoon Talk. So we want to say thanks. Yes, ma'am.
Can I add one thing? Can you ladies, Dr. Kula, Hester Baker, or Rubina, can you stop in the office and speak to Miss Titi so we can come out with that flyer that asking for it out if you can as soon as possible?
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much. And thank you, Miss Magdala.
We're together, always together.
Girl power. Girl power. We're doing.
Thank you very much.
The boys are getting jealous.
All right, no, it's okay. At the end of the day,
thank you guys.
At the end of the day, we know where we're going to end. We want to say thanks to everyone. Madela, you have to leave here alone with Dr. Richardson. Dr. Richardson is flipping now to put up a political hat. She's going to put a political hat on because you know we're going to come after you. Everything we were looking for someone to pick on. Now we got you.
Somebody from that mansion.
Yeah, somebody from that mansion. You know, Sylvester Grisby been running away from us, but somebody from that mansion. We're going to talk politics, folks. Please, it's time to discuss politics. All right, I think the rest of the crew will be joining us. So Madela, thank you. Can you give us update now? Speaking of Dr. Richardson. You want to say something?
I was going to tell people if they don't continue to give, they can do that as we talk politics.
You can see we are hearing your conversation, please. Go ahead, Dr. Richardson.
No, I was just going to say if people can continue to give as we transition to speak about politics right now, you can continue to give. You can give the $ teaspoon TEASPOON 24, and that is the Cash App handle. So, or you can do the Zelle, or you can also do, we have PayPal as well, or you can give to money mobile or whatever, mobile money in Liberia.
Thank you, folks. We got less than 42 minutes to go with Madam Cooper. We got to be very rapid, not too much long explanation. Ask your question that is running to you. We'll give her a chance to answer. We want to jump into Spoon Talk because this is what we do best here. Thank you for your contribution. Madam Cooper, let me start this question. You know everything. You ran as a political leader. You are not novice to the system when it comes to Liberia. We lost 3 individuals, Liberia in Kenjo, right? People died. The government, our government, decided to pay each one of them $5,000, their family. Madam Cooper, can you speak to this? Is this the new trend? Somebody died. And as you can see this letter, very clearly the president concurred with your recommendation that government contribute $5,000 each to families of the 3 victims of a total of 15,000 United States dollars. We give you the chance to address this from the executive mansion position, ma'am.
Well, Stanton, Dr. Francine, Samuel, and Isaac, I want to, I'm still wearing my fundraising hat here. So I came on here unexpectedly to talk about fundraising. I wasn't sure. I didn't think about politics. So I wouldn't want to dive into something I have no permission from the president to speak about, or from the office of the president to speak about. So I'm going to be very limited in addressing some of these issues. Of course, I'm happy to have a conversation, but I'm not an independent citizen. I work for His Excellency, and I have to be mindful, because as I sit here with my title, I represent everything I say represents the president's and the office of the president. So I see on that letter, it was written by our Minister of Justice, and I think it'll be more suitable.
It was written by Sylvester Grisby.
Okay, I'm sorry, I saw the Minister of Justice name on there, but and I cannot speak on behalf of Minister Grisby. But look, if I were to look at it from my perspective, let me take off my political advisor cap. I think the government was being generous to support the family of the victims, and so I just look at this from a perspective that Minister Grisby was sympathizing financially with the families of the victims. Because burial is very expensive. Unexpected situations like this.
We understand that, Madam Cooper, but do we have a death burial fund sitting somewhere that we can go to and collect money from? Where the money was allocated from?
Well, I'm not sure where exactly what account that was withdrawn from, but I'll be happy to go back to Minister Grisby and have a conversation with him and maybe report back on the show as to the details of that. But I can tell you, I see this as a way to empathize and sympathize with the family. I see nothing but good things in it.
My second question, the rumors around the country, the president came from the United States. Can you give us an update as to his trip, the benefit he brought back? 1, 2, that will be my last question on this round. Right. The president, people are complaining, he flew on private jet, which is true. I thought we were done with the private jet issue, man, with George Manoia.
Stanton, here's the thing, and I'm going to speak as Magdala Cooper, not as a political advisor to the president. There are meetings that we from the executive mansion or the Minister of State, and again, I don't speak on behalf of the Minister of State. I speak right now as Magdala Cooper. The president came from the United States on SN Brussels, or I believe it was SN Brussels. We went to the airport to pick up the president. And the very next morning, our president had to leave Liberia to go to Guinea-Bissau for a meeting that was planned, a very important ECOWAS meeting. And the ECOWAS team, the group of people who invited the president, sent him a plane. I particularly don't see anything wrong with it. Liberia didn't pay for it.
You said who sent him the plane? Who sent him the plane?
the folks that invited him. It was ECOWAS. It was a special meeting planned in Guinea-Bissau.
Was it sent by Guinea-Bissau president?
It was sent. I don't know if it was sent by the government of Guinea-Bissau, but it was sent purposely for the meeting he went there to host, to be a part of.
And this so meeting was an ECOWAS meeting?
It was a meeting that involved ECOWAS. Yes, absolutely. And I think it was good that the president took a private jet. Liberia didn't pay for it. So we cannot tell His Excellency Joseph Boakai, if there's a special meeting plan, you are exempted from taking a private jet that you didn't pay for. I don't think that's fair. I think we should be mindful that we have a president who cares and is on the roll. He's working hard, harder than any president we've seen in the past 6 years, that's for sure. And he's getting the job done. And so I celebrate the fact that the people care for my president.
What's the difference? I'm not a lawyer, my dear sister. What's the difference now? How can you compare and contrast in the big English term from Dr. Richardson or Uncle Sam? Tell us, George Manawe private jet and President Joseph Boakai private jet.
The misappropriations of government resources by the previous government cannot be compared to what we are doing. His Excellency Joseph Boakai is very mindful, and we as employees of government, we are very mindful. Funds earmarked for certain agencies of government or projects for government, they're marked for those agencies and for those particular projects. They're used for that. We are not misappropriating funds to pay for private jet, and that's what George Manawe and his administration was doing in the previous administration. So it's not the same. A jet sent has a gift for a special meeting. I think that's honorable, and I think that's very respectful of my president.
All the expenses from that, all the expenses on that jet was paid by the ECOWAS or the Guinea-Bissau.
And I'll be the first one to tell you if we had paid for that jet. We did not. Liberia did not pay for that jet.
Uncle Sam.
And so I think the first question, the first thing that needs to be done is to find out who's paying for the jets. Because look, I tell you, Liberia should be ready. We will be using private jets as long as it's not on the backs of the taxpayers or the poor people. And that's something Joseph Boakai does not mind writing.
How can you? Why would you say even with the vice president, it's okay that he use private jet? Once it is sent by Mahama from Ghana.
Look, Mahama is an African. He's one of us. Mahama is a businessman. He has money.
Isn't that something to do with the code of conduct? Like if you got to give certain amount and you got to disclose it.
Well, it's not money given to our government. It's not money given to my vice president. If a meeting is being held, a businessman wants to send a private jet, I don't see anything wrong with it, as long as we are not paying for it with the public funds.
Madam Cooper, you know, I have no problem at this point with the president taking a private jet because of the financial problems that Liberia finds herself in. But I do have some concern about conflict of interest, not necessarily relating to money, but the possibility of influencing decisions, just in case, you know, the president of Guinea-Bissau and our president got into some, you know, conversation, and our president has to make an impact, make a decision. You know, how might that taking a private jet influence the decision? That's what I think I'm concerned about. I'm sure there are measures you guys have put in place that, you know, that the decisions won't be significantly influenced because he rode on a private jet.
I don't see any conflict of interest because there was ECOWAS involved. There was a meeting purposely for ECOWAS. So I think the ECOWAS should be, you know, I'm happy to have a conversation with ECOWAS and find out what was the purpose of the private jet. But I know His Excellency presence was very much needed in that meeting. And so I think out of respect and out of tradition for our father, I think a plane was sent for him. And that's tradition. I get planes sent for me all the time. And there, of course, I'm not the president, but I get planes sent. It's an easy thing. Planes are not very expensive these days. And so I think to send a plane for a president to attend an ECOWAS meeting, I think that's fine. So I don't see any conflict of interest there.
So my second question to you is, recently the police director, the IG, decided he was going to enforce a bike helmet law in the country. It's been a law on the books for a while. Right. What are your thoughts about that?
You know, our young people who make up 70% of the population today are struggling, even those who managed to finish university, and you're very well aware of this, they are struggling trying to find jobs because we are still in, we just came out of the first 100 days of our administration. We are working towards creating jobs. We're working towards training, getting the young people rehabilitated, and also trying to get them job ready. And so in the interim of doing that, these young people are using motorcycle as a means of survival. Yes, so they flock the streets with the motorcycles, the main having corridors like the boulevard, and it's dangerous. I drive to work every morning. I take my children to school every morning, and I see these young people don't have space on this mean boulevard road, and it's very, very dangerous. I've seen a lot of young people get killed, and we need to stop, this unnecessary death of our young people. So the IGs intend to remove them from the major roads where cars are going at a faster speed and more frequently. I think it makes sense to me. I support that idea fully. For the taxis to use the main road with the private vehicles and public vehicles, and let the young people on the motorcycles go on the by roads, the other corridors, the less trafficked corridors. It saved lives. And I'm a mother. I care a lot about the lives of these young people. So I support the idea of removing them from the main corridor, which is the main boulevard. And also, while they're on the smaller roads, they also have to wear helmets, because brain damage happens faster than, if you crack your brain, you're done. If you crack an arm or a leg, your brain still function. You can still survive in society. Too many of our young people are being killed unnecessarily. So I fully support the IG's intention to remove the young people from the main road.
Thank you. Iva, and then Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Johnson, go ahead. What Iva
yeah, my beginner.
Go ahead.
Yes. So, Magdala, I don't know your full title, but I guess a senior advisor. But over the last 3 months, we basically heard like different things coming out of the executive mansion, right? It seemed like there's conflicting information on a simple appointment list. Sometimes redundancies on the list. Sometimes recall of certain people and stuff like that. Do you think that was just your infancy as a government and things are going to improve going forward? Or you think there's a disconnect between some key players in government that could affect the functioning of the president's office or the executive mansion as we move forward?
Look, I will say this much on Isaac. It's His Excellency Joseph Human Boakai is a very wise man, and I'm so grateful that Liberia has him as a president. He is the one that holds the responsibility to appoint. And if you see His Excellency withdrawing appointments, it's because maybe something happened somewhere and wasn't the president's intention, and he pulled it. And I respect that form of leadership, because he nips stuff when stuff needs to be nipped. And of course, it's not his duty to go into public and say, I didn't make this recommendation or this appointment, and someone put it out there and I recall it right away. I applaud my president for his actions taken so far. He is performing beyond any of our expectations. The man can work. He's a workaholic, and he impresses me every day. He wakes up early, starts meeting his resident. By 9:30, he's in the office. He leaves there almost 7, 8 o'clock, sometimes even 9 p.m. We, the so-called younger ones, we are exhausted. So these actions coming out of the executive mattress, of course, without explanation, it seems like they may not know what they're doing. But Joseph Human Boakai, His Excellency, President of Liberia, knows exactly what he's doing at all times. And so there might be some people who want to pull the shots as if they're Joseph Human Boakai, but he let them know for sure that they are not Joseph Boakai. And this is his legacy. This is his administration, and he's running the show.
Thank you. My second question has to do with the whole sports ambassador situation. I believe your significant other is appointed as sports ambassador, and sports is very significant to us, and it has been distressing, deflating that President Weah was the president and would never really advance in sports. But just because of this administration, we see our people, in track, the women and the men. And this is not necessarily a ministry or government, kind of
responsibility,
right? There may be some on the side, but I know some people that Coach Seyon Cooper, like, Kute Mawe and others have actually been supporting this track team and trying to keep them on par. There are other people in basketball, like the friends and supporters of Liberian basketball. Then there's the Great Ball Players Association of the USA that's even having a tournament, a convention this weekend in Philadelphia area that try to keep the game alive, try to keep connection with the association in Liberia. And there are other people in soccer who conducting camps and stuff. What is the mandate of this sports ambassador, and how can he bring all these different pieces together so we can really have a solid mass of sports support as we move forward?
Brilliant question, and you're on point with everything. His Excellency Joseph Yuma Borkai has a passion to push sports forward during his administration in the next 6 years. And one of the passion he had, or one of the dreams or hopes he had, was to see Liberia actually go to Africa Cup, because it's been about 20 years Liberia, have not gone to Africa Cup or was successful. And so one of the challenges he gave the ambassador on youth and sports, ambassador at large on youth and sports development, was to see to it that Liberia, went through the pre-qualification for Africa Cup. And so he was not then appointed a sports ambassador along with the youth and sports minister and the LFA boss. They all decided, let's do this. And they did. They took Liberia to play against Djibouti, and they came back with victory. And that was a good sign that they were serious and they were determined. And the fact that Liberia didn't qualify had nothing to do with them. It had everything to do with leadership, because His Excellency Joseph Yuma Borkai challenged them and said, this is something I want. I think this will excite the young people. And so we saw that happening automatically. Liberia went to Morocco to play against Djibouti. They won. They came back, and Liberia qualified for the pre-qualified for the Africa Cup. We went ahead and raised the funds, and so they were able to travel. Now, there are about 34 leagues, 34 sports leagues in the country. They have all been dormanted, just stagnated, no funding going to them. The previous administration repurposed a lot of the funds that supposed to go in for those different leagues. You got leagues receiving $2,000. What can $2,000 do for a league? We sat here for maybe 45 minutes and raised over $10,000. Now, it takes a leader who is concerned and cares. Of course, it showed that maybe George Manawea didn't care enough for sports, so he didn't purposely push for sports and push the young people or support them. And so for me, the 34 leagues needs a serious, not just the youth and sports minister or the LFA or the particular individuals who are just focused on those games, but to have someone who will stand and say, we got to do this, and support the team financially. Make sure they have the proper gears and the proper tools they need to be successful. So I think that's the mandate of the youth and sports ambassador, and that is what he's doing. He's a sportsman, of course, a soccer player, but also is there to motivate the young people and support them in making sure Liberia, succeeds.
Thank you very much. Let me bring in Uncle Sam. Go ahead with your question.
Yeah, Magdalena, good afternoon, good evening. I mean, you say a lot of things I disagree with, but sometimes. But look, you can't have Ibrahim Mahama sending a private jet for our vice president. It's totally against the law. It's against the moral code of conduct. It is potentially has corrupting influences, and you support that. I disagree with you, but I don't expect you to react now. But let's just talk about the realm of reality. You believe that Joseph Yuma Borkai walks on water. I don't think he walks on water. And let me tell you, and I want you to react to some of the things that you just said. Look, and some of the things that have happened, I want you to react to. First of all, asset recovery. I mean, asset recovery doesn't indicate somebody who walks on water. Okay, maintaining CTN method doesn't show somebody who walks on water. Number 3, paying $22 million in the beginning of the rainy season to a greater roads that will be finished in the next 3 or 6 months. So How would you react to your critics on those three questions? That's my first question.
Well, Sam, we agree to disagree sometimes, and I'm totally comfortable with that. Now, asset recovery, I thought great. We need to recover all of our assets, whether stolen or misappropriated. The previous administration has to answer for all of the misuse of our national funds that or stolen funds. They have to answer for it. And we're not going to joke. His Excellency Joseph Ima Boakai is not going to relent, and we're in full support of for the push to recover our assets, because those are resources that belongs to Liberian people, and we're not going to relent. And we know where monies are sitting and where assets are stored, and we're going to recover it. And the Liberian people are going to be very proud of this administration when we go after those thieves and thugs to get back the public's goods. Look, Metex is something the government is working on. I don't think Metex has a new contract with government. It's being worked on. I think it's too early to call that, to assume that they got a contract with government. Some things are not going to happen in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. The roads, I'm very proud of the roads, what we've done with it. I think Roland Giddings is doing a fantastic job. Let me tell you, I'm from River G County, all the way before you get to Maryland County. For years and years and years, Liberia is 177 years of age. And we could not ever drive from River G in a day to Monrovia. Now we can. And I hailed Roland Giddings for doing that, Minister Giddings. Fantastic. When was the last time you drove to your hometown? You're from Grand Crew County.
No, I'm not.
When was the last time
I'm from Riverside.
The way you forced it, I thought you were from Grand Crew County.
No. No, I was in Riverside in 2010.
Well, Riverside is near Grand Bassa County. The roads are paved to Grand Bassa County, and it's just a short distance.
I go to Buchanan regularly for weekends.
So Buchanan roads are paved. I love Buchanan.
You got a second question, Uncle Sam?
Yeah. Okay. Look, let's get back to reality. I mean, with the effusive praises about people doing a fantastic job and all of that. You're a politician. I mean, you've metamorphosed. You are morphing into this politician. So I want to ask you some political questions.
Let's do it.
Great. So you won with a coalition, right? And Absolutely. The elections were very close, right? And you agree with the data from NEC. The difference between the two presidential candidates was what? About 21,000 votes, right? Okay. So now, as a politician, don't you think it's kind of strange that many of the people leading the narrative within the Unity Party exhibiting a great degree of anger? They're very divisive. Every time they make a mistake and you try to critique them, they harp onto the past, and I don't see them building a bigger tent. I mean, are you guys, I'm willing to basically, I'm not saying give people jobs, but just in terms of political coexistence, to coexist as Liberians, But do you think that, I should be punished because I supported because I supported George Weah, that I should have my dinner taken away from me? That somebody should grab me and give me 25 lashes on Broad Street? Because that's how your people are behaving.
Sometimes you have to beat the child small when they make bad decisions and poor decisions. And I'm sorry.
So you believe in violence?
No, listen, Sam, all jokes aside, here's the reality. The chips were down for the other side. They didn't do well for the past 6 years. They squander resources. They mismanaged our country. They were the worst administration I've seen in a very long time, even during the war years. This was the way George Mana Weah's administration.
Who are you speaking to?
It was the worst I've seen in a very long time.
Hold on, Sam. She got to answer the question, please.
Yes, I'm going to respond. It was the worst, and we all admit to it that it was the worst. And so I don't condone anyone giving anyone lashes because they supported a horrible administration. But at the same time, your judgment call is on the table. Look, here's the thing. If you supported George Weah's administration, you thought he did well for the Liberian people, and you knew the amount of on investigated deaths that took place in this country, the crimes that were committed went on unnoticed. Not unnoticed, but just no one cared to have any respect for our Constitution. You are a man from River Says. I'm a woman from River G County. And, you know, look, we would never agree on everything, right? But the one thing that gives us a common ground is the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. I have to respect your rights, you respect mine. So with that said, when you have a leader who does not respect the Constitution of the Republic, he or she does not deserve or return to power. And if you supported a horrible person like George Manawaya to return to power, that says something about your judgment call.
Yeah,
that means
almost half of Liberians voted for him.
Sam, just a second.
Uncle Sam, wait. She got to finish, Uncle Sam.
You got to sit on the bench for a minute and think about the things you're trying to sell to this country that is abnormal. You're trying to sell for normal. We, the mothers, the concerned citizens, the strong patriotic citizens of this country, we saw those individuals as something is wrong with those individuals. And so, if we don't let you near our government right now, it's because you sit on the bench for a second and think about the decision you made to try to get that man back near our presidency again. It was going to be doomsday for Liberia if George Weah had another 6 years of this country. Doomsday for Liberia.
No, let me ask you a question. We're bringing no. You finish answering your two questions. We are not. Wait, no. We got to make this rapid, Uncle Sam. No. You answer two questions. Let me ask you.
I have a part B question.
We will come back. We'll come back to you.
Because here is just one more thing.
Uncle Sam, we'll come back to you, please. I'm begging you. And rescue auntie.
Yes.
I'm not going to go in with Uncle Sam long explanation to ask one short question. I would say keeping MedTech.
Look, I will answer this question as a private citizen. MedTech needs to be investigated, and we need to find out what MedTech is doing positively for Liberia. If MedTech doesn't work, I said that we have to let them go. That's my position, but there has to be a proper investigation into the company. And once we find out if they're beneficial to our country, we keep them. If they're not, they gotta go.
MedTech investigation status since 2021. You don't know?
I know everything. I know too much about MedTech, but again, I'm answering as a private citizen.
Is there any contribution from MedTech since they came in 2021? Is there any contribution on the budget?
Has a lot of problems.
If you are saying as a private citizen, let me address you as a private citizen just on MedTech. I want the Liberian people to understand why Amin Moda, the Commerce Minister, why Double Jada, the LRA Bucks, why are they advocating, pushing President Bwaka to keep MedTech? Why? As a political leader to the president.
Look, Double Jala is a very smart man. Double Jala is one of the smartest people I've met in a very long time, and we're very pleased to have him at LRA. Double Jala, if he sees something beneficial in MedTech, we all have to understand what is it he sees in it, and he has to come and do a presentation to the rest of the cabinet to determine or influence us, or at least give us some insight on what he sees positive about MedTech. And so maybe I'm not seeing that from that vantage point. And it will be very important after this show that I speak, personally with Double Jala as to what he sees beneficial in this company, and not just.
Something like that. They went into the meeting. They had their own meet and greet with MedTech, with all of them. They make the determination, because I'm telling you, as per the document they presented to the president, I can share with you. I know you have it, because I have it, spoon share it. They said, Mr. President, keep MedTech, but do away with CTN. So if you're saying that they need to come to meet you guys, why they went with the decision to recommend to Mr. President to keep MedTech but destroy CTN? What's the game these guys are playing on the Liberian people? Amin Modal and Double Jala.
Well, like I said, I've had several. We've been in government for 3 months. I've had several interactions with Double Jala, and I still do believe he's very smart and he knows the work, he knows the job. And if there's a special interest in MedTech, we are not running a special interest or administration here. It has to be something that serves the people. And if something was taken directly to the president, and we, the cabinet, other cabinet members are not in the know, we need to investigate further. We need to look into it. And I promise you, Stanton, I'm going to look into this more.
Let's talk about CTN. Your take on CTN?
Well, I can't say I know too much about CTN, so I'm not educated enough to know to say too much about CTN on this show tonight.
But what are you hearing about CTN? Is the administration waiting to keep CTN?
Well, I can't speak on behalf of the administration because I'm not a decision maker around that particular whether we keep them or not. The LRA is an institution that can make recommendation to the president. That's why he hired the LRA boss and he hired the CTN, the port authority. So those are the individuals that bring recommendations. And I, as a political advisor to the president, I have to take a look at these notes. And I cannot say I've read the notes that was brought to the president. So I can't call any shots on this tonight.
CTN, there's no line reflected in the budget about CTN either. CTN since 2018, they've been putting money in people's pocket. Okay, the past government. And we have nothing as a government. And one group saying get rid of CTN, the other group saying keep CTN, get rid of MedTech, keep MedTech. I mean, why is the president, knowing that we were going to win this election, why are we still wrestling about CTN and MedTech?
Let me say this, Stanton. His Excellency Joseph Iman Boakai is a very smart guy. He has about 8 advisors. He has a legal advisor, he has 2 economic advisors, he has 1 political advisor, which is me. He has several other advisors in the mansion. They all don't sit in the mansion, but we research and we report to the president. Yes, folks might be making recommendation to the president, but at the end of the day, we, the advisors, we haven't had our 2 cents in a say yet. So has the other individuals who will come with their opinions on these subjects. So if something was recommended, I don't think it's been accepted fully. We need to give this some time to see where the president goes with it. Once he makes a final decision, that means he has spoken to all of us and we've given our 2 cents into the matter. But as of now, I haven't been asked about MedTech nor CTM. And we will, Buju Ben Keita, Councilor Buju Ben is a brilliant lawyer. And he researched the legality of all things and advised the president from a legal perspective. And I will wait and see what Buju Ben and the rest of us advisors have to say on the matter and see what the president's take away from our advice to him, because we can only advise the president. At the end of the day, he makes his decision based on the research that's been given to him. So a proposal was made.
I agree with you. I mean, I like your last line. We'll let it get to you guys. And Buju Ben, I know he's great. He's very forceful, and he will do justice to Liberia. Let me ask my last question, Madam Cooper, because we have about 10 more minutes left with you. You said the president went to an ECOWAS meeting and they sent a private jet to him. I just want to go back. What was the ECOWAS meeting about in Guinea-Bissau?
Well, sorry, there was a glitch in the internet. Can you say that again?
You said the president flew on a private jet that was sent by ECOWAS. Or maybe, I want to be correct because Kula said something today, I think the press secretary, if I'm correct, and somebody help me, about this private jet issue. But what was the occasion that had to do with only 1-day visit of Guinea-Bissau?
Look, the briefing notes that we received, we have received briefing notes on these matters, and it was very, very brief. All I know right now is the president had to go to Guinea-Bissau for a meeting pertaining to ECOWAS. And so the plane was sent to get him there because it was very well understood. He was flying back from the United States only within a few hours to go back to Guinea. And Guinea, I've traveled to Guinea-Bissau, and to get to Guinea-Bissau is not a 1-day trip.
So we agree. So my thing is that, was it an open meeting? Was it an open meeting that involved all the ECOWAS leaders? Or this meeting was
as of now, I don't have the
President
briefing
Baka?
notes on that. I don't have the briefing notes on that.
Who sent the plane? Which ECOWAS country? Or ECOWAS have their own private jet? Or it was sent by an ECOWAS country?
Well, it depends on why the question is being asked. I know Liberia didn't pay for the flight. And I know a president of Guinea-Bissau didn't pay for the flight. So I'm not sure exactly where we're going with the question on
No,
why
it's okay. I mean, I just wanted to have you on the record to clarify some of these things, and I think you did extremely well. They added the recommendation by Senator DeLon and Senator Amara Conan concerning Sylvester Grisby illegal request for money from NASCA. Can you talk to us as a political advisor to the president? Why would a man that is not appointed yet went into the bank account of the poor people, request huge amount of money to buy 5 vehicles, and the president have not spoken on it, the executive marshal have not spoken on it, and we yet dancing kakalika with the story. What's going on?
Again, Joseph Boakai is a very wise man, and he doesn't speak out of just the air, the thin air. He speaks based on the research given to him. We are still researching the case against the purchase of those cars. And again, we have competing priorities in the mansion right now. You know, the people of Liberia voted Joseph Yima Boakai into power to solve certain issues. And we just came out of a 100 days plan. The investigation around the cars issue is going to come out. It's not going to be hidden, that for sure. I can guarantee you that. But he needs the proper documentation to show the entire blueprint of this purchase and the request. And so we're going to come down to that. And this very show, I'm sure we'll be back here to talk about that.
Thank you, my dad. Thank you very much. Dr. Richardson,
always
you guys can do one question. We got about 3 more minutes with our sister, and we can let her go. I really appreciate your time given us, my dad. Dr. Richardson.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for coming to Spoon. I am reacting to a recent letter that we told you on Spoon that was sent by the American government flagging our government about the sexual and gender-based violence that happened at an adoption home of children. So as a political advisor to the president, would you advise that we have like an anti-sexual and gender-based violence czar? Not necessarily a new position, because I don't want anybody to be making money. The government don't have money, but somebody just will focus on that issue, because rape is the second highest crime in Liberia. Every time we turn around, children and women are being abused, or young boys are being abused. I think, would you advise that we need to focus our attention on that?
Dr. Francine, you couldn't have said it better. Absolutely, yes. And this is something you're absolutely right. We don't need to hire a new czar for just to focus on gender-based violence against young people and women and children. But we need to alert the Ministry of Health and the Minister of Health to put more attention to this matter, and be very careful with doing background research on people who are adopting children. And of course, there has to be more public service announcements. I know parents, this issue I just met with the UNFPA. We are working with the UNFPA and all the other supporting agencies to prevent unwanted pregnancies in this country, especially with teenage girls. And that's giving them access to birth control and other I don't know what you call it, other resources that will help them to make decisions, right? To make decisions around preparedness for childhood, for childbearing. A lot of young girls die in these early child pregnancies and pregnancies matters. And so making sure we as a government support Planned Parenthood and other agencies that's here working to see to it that even if a young girl, and I forgive me for saying this, Dr. Francine, even if a young girl is raped, she doesn't have to carry a child because of a rape. Or if a young girl is just experimenting, she doesn't have to carry a child because she just decided to experiment sexually. And so with that said, a lot of children are being born that are not necessarily wanted in our country. And so these children are left on their own, unattended, and people see them, people want to adopt them. And so people feel that because this child is unwanted, has no value, let's just take advantage of them. And this is where our government, our administration, our Ministry of Gender and Child Protection, we have got to raise the bar when it comes to children adoption in this country. We have got to protect our children, protect the ones that are alive, and keep the ones that are not ready to come here in an oven until the turkey is ready, and mom and dad have a home, they have a family life to bring them into the world. So I'm with you on that. And this is something, like you said, we don't have to hire a new person, but we've got to make sure the Minister of Gender and is in a full know of what's happening so that they can take the necessary precautions. Not because we are a poor country, we are struggling for resources means that we cannot care enough for our children, our people.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to bring Ava one question. Uncle Sam, you're going to ask the last question for tonight, please. Ava, you go ahead, please.
Thank you. With the drugs situation in the country, and the existence, whether we like it or not, of some cartel, and over time that has included government officials. Where are we today, do you think, in terms of fighting this drug thing? Because I guess there's some other new drug on the market now or something, and it's just affecting and tearing apart the lives of our young people, So you as a mother and who has children, I believe your children, you said in Liberia, they're growing up. And this is not about wealth or anything, because anybody can be, you can be a government official, some of your children, and get into this thing, like we saw with Liability and his son, whether from the dealership side or the user side. But it's a menace to our society. So what is this government really doing? What do you think the perspective is from the office of the president?
Well, the beautiful thing our president did, even as a candidate, he supported the anti-drugs movement in Liberia, and he made a pledge. And when he became president, he declared an emergency on drugs in Liberia. And since then, he has appointed some incredible fighters like A.B. Kroma and Fadiga and all those guys who are at the DEA, the LDEA, and they're doing a fantastic job. Look, for me, I'm not one for the cheap talk. And these guys are doing what they're supposed to do. Fadiga, A.B. Kroma, they're fighting drugs out there. But that's not all to it. We have got to make sure. I just spoke to Steve Zago today, who's our commissioner for immigration. He's air, sea, and borders. And he has to do a even better job. And he has to be supported in order to do his job, to protect our borders, make sure drugs are not coming through our borders, neither are they coming through the airport or the sea. Because as you can recall, there was drugs that came through the seaport. And our borders remain vulnerable. And Steve Zago, former lawmaker, he's a good guy, and I know he's going to do a fantastic job doing this administration. But the fight on drugs cannot be just a one agency ordeal. It has to be the executive mansion in support of our drug enforcement agency, the police, the army, the military, everyone across the board, even as far as our director of the NPA. We all have to work together as a team. We have to, even I know one of your former colleagues from the show, Eugene Falcon, who I like to call Casaprinco, he's at LELBC. Enough public service announcement has to be put on the radio about what's happening. And so, yes, there's a cartel. The previous administration, it was a business for them. They sold drugs because they heard other countries did that. And so they figured that's how they can make extra money. I'm in government. There isn't a lot of money in government right now. So the war on drugs with the executive mansion is very serious. His Excellency Joseph Hima Boakai is there to fight with us. He empowers us to fight, stand with the LDEA to make sure we get drugs out of our society. Of course, we can't entirely eradicate it. It'll be very ignorant to think we can eradicate it, but we're going to fight drugs like.
But when are we getting a real integrated plan that really speaks to it, as opposed to different people talking now and then?
Well, we are integrating the plan. The agencies have to come together. The partners are also supporting us. We have partners who are dedicated to the rehabilitation of these young people. And so you have the UN agencies that deals with drugs, the U.S. Partner, U.S. Embassy, the other partners are all coming together to support. And so we are very serious with the mansion on to fight this horrible thing that was introduced to our society by the previous administration.
Thank you very much. Uncle Sam, please, your last question, Uncle Sam.
Before you go, can I
hold on 1 minute. No, I beg you. She got to go back. Seriously, I beg you.
I got to go.
Yeah. Now, go ahead, Uncle Sam.
You might tell us quickly, half of the country voted for president. We can't beat half of the
Not half, Uncle Sam, not half.
Well,
not half.
Close to half. I mean, minus 21,000, right? So you can't
include
beat
the
my
stock balance.
Let me finish now, Mama. You can't beat my water and my catching them from the time because they voted for Georgia. But let me give you another question, okay? Look, how do you say that you're so committed to the drug menace, right? And that's not reflected in your budget. AB, Kroma, and Fariga deserve much more resources. Much more resources. Absolutely. Right? And so, as you know, if this is a national health crisis, you should be doing much more. You need to put at least $10 million in LDA budget for interdiction and for what? Rehabilitation. Because it's a serious public health problem. So it appears to me that your government doesn't take this drug menace seriously.
Dr. Richardson, please mute yourself. Please.
Anything you take seriously, you put serious amount of money, and you're not supporting AB and Fariga. You should really do more.
Uncle Sam, you're absolutely right. Here's my 2 cents on this. The previous administration didn't support the LDEA because they were the ones signing. Just a second, Uncle Sam. Now we have some of the two of the strongest guys in the country fighting this thing, leading the fight against drugs, with the support of the president. Now we can't take monies that was earmarked for other agencies to move it into the LDEA. Eventually, this is our first 100 days in office. Eventually, we're going to support drugs on even a bigger level. So it's just all start with the will and the intention from the president to declare drugs. Why didn't George Manawea declare drugs as an emergency in this country? Because his administration was selling drugs and he was benefiting from it. And so he could not speak against drugs that he was benefiting from. And that's why we inherited this horrible predicament. But in terms of the rehabilitation, it's something we're taking very seriously.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Cooper. We want to say, listen, I know you came to raise to give these folks some money. You did extremely well. But sometimes we got to entrap you. They say, through crack coffee, drink water. So we drink our water today. Thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to share with us? We appreciate your time, man.
Stanton, it's wonderful to be here with you and the guys and Dr. Francine. And it was a great impromptu conversation. I look forward to being back for a more focused conversation where we can tackle serious issues and dive deeper into it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, folks, like we said, Yakazi, you want to come on, Nelson, whoever in the studio, Uncle Sam. It was great today that she gave us at least 1 hour to talk about Liberian politics, though. It was huge. We dive into a lot of stuff. Where are you, Uncle Sam? Before we go to Ava, where are you now?
She's very naive. She's a well-meaning lady. I mean, I know her well. We have some family ties. But when she says that Ibrahima can sampling for Jeremiah Kuhn, okay, and she doesn't know the nature of the ECOWAS meeting, and she stayed very bitter about the people who supported George Weah. They have to sit down. She doesn't speak like a politician. She speaks like somebody who just coming on board, and maybe she will learn. But I think somebody needs to teach her how to really respond. In a way that is befitting of a political advisor to the president. I wasn't impressed by her today. She clearly eloquent, but there's a lot of deficiency in her understanding of the local Liberian politics, and that's just my takeaway.
To say she's naive, I would disagree with you. I think politically she played her card according to her position. If she was on the other side, she was going to be forceful. But let me hear from you, Ava. Her presentation tonight, the political advisor, Madam Cooper.
I think she was overly enthusiastic and approving of, the performances so far. I think she's a very strong supporter of the president and she really believes in him. I just hope that the other people who are doing the work will validate that trust and they'll be able to realize it. She probably, but it's tough to be in that position and not, try to really support everybody and give that sense of having everything together. But what I do like is at times she agrees that they need to do more and there are some limitations and challenges. But again, I think we need to move away from what the WIA government did. If the WIA government supported drugs and were part of the cartel, there should already be an investigation to expose them and be able to jail people. If they were part of all this stealing with the medtech, the CT, and the other things, this government has all the access to government records today, and they should be able to indict and prosecute those individuals that were involved in it. So I personally, I'm tired of hearing excuses. I just want to see action. Either you say, we just leave the people, let them steal our money and carry it, but let's try to make new money and help our people. But we can't be talking about it in terms of what we are and then did. That's what we are and then did for I don't know how many years about Ellen, and they didn't do anything. So we don't want this to be a repeat situation of the last 6 years. We want to see productivity. We want to see action, real action. If the asset recovery people cannot handle the task, let them bring in new people and do it. If the different ministers who are responsible to execute are not doing it, let them get them out and do it. But what I do see is a mix. There are some people in this government who really have a vision and want to move this government forward. There are other people who are content to maintain what was happening before in terms of the different stealing and carry that on. So who will win in the next few months? Hopefully, I think she said about Joseph Boga 6 months. I've been hearing it from different people that his timeline to assess performance is in 6 months of his administration. Hopefully, he will really do that and he will not keep some of his good players out there, stay on the bench. He will get them infusing government for his government to be successful. Thank you.
So, but Abba, let me say this. It is, I will agree with you more than I will agree with Uncle Sam here, since we're trying to wrap this thing down. Asset recovery have turned out to be a failure to this government. Okay? Asset recovery, I think the president went into it, passed the executive order, went into it with everything, believing that it was a good start. Now, asset recovery have turned out to be total embarrassment. Look at Matilda Fame. She couldn't even answer the question directly because she knew that there was a flaw. A couple of things within 100 days that holding this president and this administration, that people are bringing them to the level of George Manawia. If you take politics out of it, people will see through this government. And maybe if somebody begin to understand that, well, maybe President Boga is comfortable, he won't do anything. You want them to asset recovery? Alice Coffey threatened to resign. Maybe he has resigned. Martin Colley, Emmanuel Gongwe left. They said, well, you gave us 311,000. Councilor Martin said, no, you didn't give us 311,000. They went to the house to put that in the budget. They gave them 750,000. They said, we found an office space for 45,000. Councilor Martin said, no, you're using my office. It is the embarrassment. They went after Gracious Ra. The Supreme Court said gave the people car back to them. They went after Patrick Sulu. They gave the car back to Patrick Sulu. I mean, it wasn't a mind of, say I'm going to take Councilor Martin, he would do a better job. I think Councilor Martin have embarrassed this government.
To a large extent.
I think
they haven't performed.
Stanton.
You see, asset recovery, 1 second, Sam. Asset recovery, you first got to build a profile for those people and really identify the assets and know what you're recovering. Your case got to be like nearly airtight before you can bring it. It's not about just jumping on the street and stopping people and seizing cars. It's about making a solid case against the people you want to recover assets from, tracing the financials, doing the grunt, behind the scenes work, interacting with multiple agencies internationally and across government. So if people cannot do that work to really identify, then it's just a waste of time in terms of who they appointed to do the work. They need to change the group because from everything we've seen, there are significant dollars out there that people stole and that could be recovered.
So let's go to Sam Jackson on this real quick. Uncle Sam?
Okay, look, Emmanuel Gonkwa came on his show. He said the reason why they went on the streets there because there was inactivity from the asset recovery and they wanted to show that they were doing something. That's the mindset, Stanton. He's a good boy. I like him. He's a political activist. He's not a forensic auditor. He's not an investigator that can pierce corporate view and to go find bank accounts in Panama, Mauritius, and other places there. The man who they appointed, Clamartin, doesn't have the ability. The way it works with asset recovery is that you appoint a special prosecutor. Then he goes to the team, and then you incentivize them, Stanton. You incentivize them by saying, "We will get you 15-20% of where you collect." Then the people will go out there and get people, international people with global experience, to come in. But this thing, Stanton, Jack Joseph Boyka, you speak to him all the time. Asset recovery is finished. Liberian people want to just put this whole group aside and bring in something that is credible. This stuff could be the death knell, not death knell for the government in terms of undermining the government, but it could undermine the popularity of this government if it's not done right.
And so we go to, listen, guys, take your leave here. Be Unity Party Alliance or not. The bunch of the argument remains that asset recovery have caused the first blow to this administration.
For the image.
Fair performance. No way you can ask every member of Unity Party, they would tell you they went into this thing without plan, and one that failed to plan to fail. Like the big saying out there. He who failed to plan to fail. And I think asset recovery have a plan to fail. There's nothing. It's an embarrassment to the president. It's an embarrassment. You're going to find Alice Coffey traveling to Dallas, Uncle Sam, to go meet Mr. President and tell him that I cannot be in asset recovery. I cannot be on the team. Alice Coffey saying I cannot be on the team because your people, they are not working cohesively. And that's the problem. Let's talk about MedTech. Look at the answer that I gave about MedTech. I asked her about Amin Modal and Double Jala. But go back and listen. She said, I believe in Double Jala. She didn't say, I believe in Amin Modal. She said, I believe in Double Jala. He's a good man. And I've been hearing good report about Double Jala. Now, this guy is cool.
Oh, he's straight.
I've been hearing good report about him.
Well, how can he put it?
He's cool.
How can he say?
But then why did he sign on the document with Amin Modal to keep MedTech? Folks, ladies and gentlemen, Liberians, MedTech is the most notorious company we have in Liberia that care less about anyone Liberian. Anybody that put the finger on MedTech to keep it, that person will not. They do not have love for the country. They are part of MedTech to enrich themselves. We hear some bad stories about MedTech. Some bad, worst story. How can President Boyka keep MedTech? They say we'll reduce the price to $75 to enable us to keep them. No. They pass money. Who been eating the money? The same thing with CTN. Uncle Sam, there's a lady that came from Sierra Leone. Made tons of millions of dollars.
Aminata.
Millions of dollars. And everybody sit here and play kakaleka and say that my interest. People around Joseph Boyka say Aminata that their interest. They asking Uncle Joe to keep her. They care less about the masses, the people that dying. But they're saying that my interest. They have open investigation. Sir Johnny, the economic advisor to the president, he's on top of this investigation. I can call his name. I know Sir Johnny. But Sir Johnny saying nothing. Is he advising the president to keep MedTech? To keep CTN? Is he Sir Johnny sitting down with Aminata, talking to Aminata? What's the conversation? CTN is killing our country. MedTech is killing our country. Everybody knows Sir Johnny from Broad Island. I can call his name. I respect him. But those are the people that have the precedent here. We can cut those that want to keep CTN. Then you have two groups. One group want to keep MedTech, another group want to keep CTN. And these people have gotten millions. I mean, Nathan make over $20 million a year. How much you give back to Liberia? Nathan make over the same amount. How much are they giving back to Liberia? I want Liberians to hear us today. Let's forget about the petty politics. Uncle Sam, this is very bad for our people. I mean, if President Bwaka hang himself within MedTech and CTN, I think it will be in trouble. Everybody that advancing the president, that my interest.
Look,
anybody that go to President Bwaka and say that my interest, he should fire them.
Look, let me tell you how they are contaminating presidents, okay? Mr. Bwaka, you know you owe, you got to worry about your children, your grandchildren there, and you know the kind of thing here. If we get something from aid, we'll put it away for you. I'm not saying what's happening, but the way it's going, somebody benefiting there and promising somebody something, because there should be a pretty cut and dry case. If there was anything that the president should have done on day one to cancel MedTech and CTN. But the fact that this thing is dragging is mean that people will pull behind the president. Okay, and there are competing interests around presidents. You can see it every day around president. Stanton, presidents, a Liberian president can be easily contaminated by their surrounding. And I hope Joe Bwaka, with his 50 years, with his moral character, Deacon Ever Baptist Church, I pray and hope he can resist it. Because one simple scandal associated with his name, just forget about it, Stanton. One simple scandal. Okay? Joseph Bwaka got to be holier than the Pope, because that's how the campaign was carried out. That Joe was supposed to be ratting, they were doing all the bad thing here, and then he's supposed to come and rescue, and you get one incident of corruption to come near him, it will be too damaging, Stanton. You don't do this to Liberia. It would be. No,
listen, one of the things that even McDonough couldn't get into, and so they're investigating their grace period. So is Sylvester Grisby saying somebody sent him to take the people money from NASCAR? Is that what he's saying? No, Uncle Sam, hold on 1 minute. Uncle Sam, hold on 1 minute. Is Sylvester Grisby saying somebody instructed him? And this is where it's going, folks. Their money issue, this is why it's going. And we will not leave it, because we need to get to the end of this story, of this chapter. Who authorized Sylvester Grisby to call on NASCAR for money?
Joseph Bwaka. Who else? Who else?
Wow.
Well, that's the major question, right? He's a
but it's not even a question to ponder.
No, Stan.
Because the word from Bamus that I know, will not act upon just a request, a rogue request from Sylvester Grisby. He must believe that the president had knowledge and was intimately involved in it, and that's why he did it, because he wanted to do it to protect his job. There's no way the way for Bamas I know that boy know he got education, he got street knowledge. He will never cave into Sylvester Grisby demand.
So you say the man will compromise? You saying the man will compromise to protect his job? Then you saying all the things? That what you saying?
I'm saying that. Everybody does in Liberia. Why you think?
No, Isaac.
Isaac. Well, let me see.
I want. Yeah, finish up.
Why would a man go against the law? They got the NASCAR got in-house lawyers. NASCAR got in. They must know it was illegal. They must know against PPCC regulation. They must know against everything, against against any kind of thing. For them to do it, that means there was some benefit that he expected from Joseph Bwaka or Sylvester Grisby.
So Isaac, you can come in, because Americana is mad. DeLone, they are angry. Senators are mad. The investigation is kind of too quiet. You know how all the other investigation about Miata Fambula, we got no story to it. The army
no investigation.
No investigation. They did that. Everything just going swear. Sylvester Grisby went to NASCOP and said, "Give me money." Sylvester Grisby wasn't the chief of staff to the president. He wasn't the minister of state.
According to what Sam is saying, he was on track to be.
Sylvester, no, it doesn't matter. Stop. Let me finish. Let me finish. Sylvester Grisby, Joseph Yima Boaga, he was an elected president, but not sitting president. George Monowia was still a sitting president.
Yeah.
Ongoing. Who authorized Sylvester Grisby to go to the poor people? People at NASCAR not getting the money. It takes years for them to get $75 as a pension. But Sylvester Grisby wrote a letter and went there and collected the people money for 5 cars. One of those vehicles.
Why don't we ask somebody from NASCAR to come on here and have this discussion with them?
Then you want them to lose their job? Are you crazy?
So everything is about job.
Man, but you know how it is. The Monkamo can't say what. Don't do that, man. We got document. Then you say the Monkamo. We got all the document that we share. Then where you won't get somebody in trouble.
We got all the document about Mete. We got document about CTN.
But man, we're not talking about Mete. We're talking about this one. You cannot ask somebody. The people are protecting the job. Nobody will be like you or me that live here in the state outside of Liberia to come and speak on this issue. You know that they will fire them. But the question Liberians are asking, the question people are asking, who authorized Sylvester Grisby? Who said he authorized for cars?
Who had authority over Gibbs?
Who said Sylvester? We need that go and find it by any means.
Let me answer you.
Sylvester Grisby broke the law.
Let me answer you now. Since you're asking and you say everybody protecting a job or the job they think they come and get. So what job you think Sylvester Grisby thought he would come and get? To be chief of staff?
To be brave like that.
Don't take me back. My issue here is that who authorized Sylvester
Let me finish. Let me answer you.
Take me back about the job protection.
You just don't want to hear Joseph Boaga name anything?
No, it's not about Joseph Boaga name. If you want to answer the question direct. Don't ask me question about
I'm not asking you a question now. I'm creating the scenario that if this basis of most people's decisions on the ground, say, because some people will stick with their integrity over jobs. If the basis is their job, and this man felt that his only option of this job was to do whatever Joseph Boaga said, and he said he got it from higher up, who else was above him? It can only be the president, which will be disappointing to me. He got to come before a court of law and say that's why investigation, indictment, and prosecution.
I will say this to you as I was speaking to a lawyer. Anyone Liberian can go and sue the executive manager and sue Sylvester Grisby for going into the pension fund and requesting money illegally.
Well, somebody who got vested interest in the fund. Somebody who got vested interest can do it. Yes.
I mean, for going in there, somebody that have not taken the pension, but Sylvester Grisby can go take money. And the president stay keeping Sylvester Grisby with all the preponderance of evidence. And the president saying, I don't know, we'll wait for an investigation. That investigation will not come. You know exactly how this thing go in Liberia. Sylvester
Grisby. But when it changed now, when it changed, if no investigation.
And that's the change we are looking for. I mean, you cannot take friendship over country. You cannot put friendship over country. These people, they are thick. These people, they decide to destroy the country from Charlie Kintown. They are still destroying the country. The young men and women, they are suffering. And Sylvester Grisby, it's okay that he can enter in any ministry, any agency, and say, give me money. I'm the president and chief of staff.
But the president was
real quick. Let me share this with you guys real quick. Look at this document. The document says, I present my compliment and write to inform you of the communication received on May 6, 2024 from the director UCC complaining about the continuing illegal sale of the Ministry of State's land at the United Conference Center and Hotel Africa by the Liberian Land Authority. Listen at that. Sylvester Grisby wrote a letter. Liberian Land Authority selling the Liberian owned land. The Liberian Land Authority. And he asking Councilor Tua to investigate. Accordingly, I request, as a matter of urgency, that you conduct an investigation into this matter, send a team of surveyors to carry out a survey, the resurvey of the entire property and subsequently effect evasion of illegal occupants from the property, Sylvester Grisby. Sylvester, you are the Minister of State. You are the Chief of Staff. You want to inquire, that's fine. Give us the report. Come back and tell the Liberian people. If you want to invade people because they're illegally occupying the Liberian property, or, yes, a big thing, call the Liberian Land Authority Commissioner or Director, right? Right.
But again, that's what I'm saying. The letter has some issues because it shows that the people are not even communicating or want to work together in this government.
They are not.
Because you look at the same thing with Josiah and the labor minister. You look at one or two other incidents from other people. Now you look at this. The land authority, I don't know that they have the authority to sell land. I thought they were there to resolve.
Do they have authority to do it?
Eh?
Do they have authority to sell land?
So illegally, they are selling the land illegally.
That's why I don't know. We got to look at the Land Act, right? But I know when it comes to public land, okay, and when it comes to government land,
government-owned land,
government-owned land, they probably got some authority there. Whether the authority to sell or not, but he said illegally sell. So that means there's a legal way to sell government land, and there's an illegal way.
Let me put information. Every original deed, what they call the mother deed, okay, can be signed by the president. Okay, because the assumption is that all the land is owned by the government. Okay, because I have seen.
Is it anymore? Is that holding anymore? The president.
Guys, we gotta go. Uncle Sam, anyway, I just bring it as a piece. I got more document to this land issue. I will share it for us to talk about it tomorrow or Monday. Don't forget Sunday, one-on-one with the CEO, Katamba, Information Minister Geraldine McPierre, Police IG Gregory Coleman will be discussing host of very important issue one-on-one on Sunday with the CEO Geraldine McPierre, the Information Minister, and the Police IG Gregory Coleman. They will be our guests. We'll be speaking to them. It will be rapid. I have Katama, the co-host, will be making this thing, and I know I will be feeling better by then. The code is hitting me. I will feel better. But I want to say, Isaac, it was a great show. Sam Jackson, it was a wonderful show. I know you guys were close. Let me just end with this one. It is also important to know that question people are asking when they call me, but who authorized Sylvester Grisby? Did Sylvester Grisby take the car and park it in his yard? I mean, it's a bad thing. It's very bad for our country. We fought for the change. My question to you, is there state or UP alliance? Do we still have that UP alliance?
But a different toy you bring in, man.
No. I want you to think on it because we want to discuss this on Sunday or tomorrow. Do we still have UP alliance? Amara Cornet, I'll try to bring him on again. The allegation that somebody excusing Amara Cornet and Edwin Snow, that big allegation, we are digging into that story. We'll talk about it.
That is huge. That is huge. That's very
It's a big story. That thing came on. Again, I will say to everyone, I don't know who trying to put us something. I was able to speak to folks, and I can say this because I asked them. I spoke to Jerome Verdier on this because it's the IJC it came from. People reference the IJC. Let me put it up real quick. To just tell you guys, this is big. When I saw the story, I reached out to folks. And the IJC, they are the people say they have information to this story, that this story is true. I reached out to everybody, the journalist that is involved. I tried reaching out to him today. He couldn't answer, but again, I know he will call back. The journalists are moving with this story. This is something, why Amara Conan? Why Edwin Snow? Are they being targeted? You know, people targeting them? Uncle Sam, who targeting Amara Conan and Edwin Snow? Look at this story today. This is big. Look at this. RJG accuses senior Liberian official of widespread corruption. Demand legal action. Demand Smart News Liberia. Demand legal action. They're saying that they need to go after them. And I can announce, because he told me to. Jerome Verdier, Councilor Verdier, said he's going to Liberia to legally sue them. I'm not hearing you, Ava.
The Verdier group, the International Justice Group?
Yeah, the Verdier group. Yes. He said he would be in Liberia.
to put a case.
He said you were being Liberian because these people, he got documents. I asked him to come on Spoon Talk. He said he can only appear on Spoon Talk from Liberia, but I can announce that he will be in Liberia. He said he got evidence. The reason why Edwin Snow cannot declare his asset because some of the proof are in the pudding. He's saying it. So I'm shocked. I'm shocked. He sent me a lot of information.
So I mean,
I hope to hear from Edwin Snow. I hope to hear from Edwin Snow. I hope to hear from American guys for the Spoon Talk. It will be crazy because we are back. No laziness, no sleeping. We got everything. Ask your question. The Liberian people deserve better. Uncle Sam.
Go ahead, Sam.
Okay. My very good friend, Alio B. Okay, Kamara, he said that what's his name? Roland Giddings, the allegation he made against him, he sent you documentation and you have not said anything about it yet. ABK. So I beg you, Stanton.
Man, I will show you come to give people.
Yeah, but I'm a friend. I'm my interest. I'm a friend.
No, my man, but don't do this thing like this.
The man responded, and you have not. I beg you, Stanton. You got to get to that thing.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You say I didn't respond?
No, the man said he sent a documentation to you, and you have not invited him for him to make it on a case. That's what he said.
So, but you couldn't text me and let me know. You got to come here and say.
He acting like Gomala bro official.
All right, so Uncle Sam, maybe you don't. Uncle Sam, maybe you don't know. We have spoken to ABK 2-3 hours. He came. He presented on one of the Spoon Network station. Okay. So again, if you want to show face, he know exactly what to do. He will talk to Madam Titi. Okay. I'm not stopping him, Uncle Sam.
But I'm an older man. Everybody got an older friend.
No interest here, Uncle Sam. That was destroying our country. This interesting.
You got interest at Joe Boyka.
Yeah, but my interest at Joe Boyka are on a whole different level.
I'm
just thinking that he was a better candidate than Josh Weah. That's why I fought for him.
So I think ABK is a good businessman.
Okay, so thank you very much. But we'll talk to ABK. Yes.
So just in closing, the land issue, like you guys know, Pepperberg Area Services really want to reform land business in Liberia with volunteer hour services. Free. We want any money, we go in there and we can do the survey of all the land around that Unity Conference Center and the surrounding area. Once, like Sam said, they got Mother D. If we see a D,
somebody get the boundaries. Somebody told me the president can sign it again.
My man, let's go ahead, man. Y'all stop selling your company name. Anytime you mention Pepperberg, you will pay. I say, anytime you mention your company, you will pay.
You can't pay us. Sometimes we can get interest. The 3 hours we can spend. Sometimes we need to get interest too bad.
No, you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for CDC. You're not doing it for me.
CDC. I'm doing it for Liberia.
You're not doing it for me.
3 hours.
Legacy, can you come on?
I see you. I gotta go to Philadelphia. I'm going to Philadelphia. I pass inside Delaware on my way to Philadelphia to go to my friend's funeral tomorrow. So
I'm here.
Who died for you again?
Peace.
Who died for you again?
The man said peace. Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam. I want to say thank you, man. Congrats to your big project that you have.
I got for 90 days starting June 15.
Yeah, your accomplishment was huge. Yeah. Yagazi, can you come on? We gotta close the show.
I want to see you guys, okay? Bye-bye.
I mean, you gotta hang out with me. Let the come on. How you see me?
Oh, so you missing me?
No, because we just gotta officially sound out. I don't know who's in the studio. They say Yagazi is in studio, and I'm not getting. But Uncle Sam, this is very serious and troubling.
Yeah.
You know, people think that 6 years is the judgment day. 6 years is around the corner. When I ask the question, is there any UP alliance? Are we staying in any alliance?
But
there's none.
Stanton. One of the things that I got to tell the old man got to build a tent, Because if he doesn't build a tent and he doesn't make a clear signal on where he's going, everybody will be going in their own direction for 2029. So he got to guide that process. The way to guide that process, Stanton, is to pick who his political allies will be going forward and send some clear signal to these people that he will be pushing for 2029. And then to start building a coalition, because he said 6 years is nothing, Stanton. It was the other day.
The Omena running 2029. It's the after
2029.
If Joe Barker run 2029, then I don't know. But it's the after, it's who come next that person will, will feel the pinch. But I'm not ready to get into that yet. I'm concerned also about DeLong. DeLong said people that got appointed and still holding on to government job but a party position.
Yes.
He named Amos Tware.
Yeah.
He named Reverend Luther Tappet. He named Cole Bangalo. He named all of them. DeLong saying it is wrong. They shouldn't be doing this. And yet we are. Everybody just quiet about it. I mean,
Liberia complicated. Very complicated.
The change. I mean, it's something to talk about. And the Liberian people are listening though. They are.
You see, Stanton, you didn't know politics when you were in Liberia growing up, right? In Panton, right?
No, so, I knew politics.
No, man, but not at the level of the kind of.
I wasn't active.
No, but you were low information, man, like at that age there, right? But right now, you get information every day. You see the whole thing from balcony, right? Stanton, the country need holy bath. Okay, I was hoping that Joseph Boakai would be the man to whip people into submission. But apparently that his sweetness there, Ever Baptist deacon, this here, I believe that are all embarrassing the man. That his church heart. I mean, you can't be president of Liberia with what kind of church heart? You can't.
No, I disagree with you. I think the deacon thing got nothing to do with the president making decision for the well-being of the country. I disagree with you. We had Bishop Joe Weah, and he made the worst decision. So the church thing got nothing to do with
Bishop.
Okay, but I am man. He was a bishop.
I support him, but I'm my friend. I'm of course.
The man Baptist Samuel Tway, and I turn on my gate. And what are you talking about?
Come on, those are my friends. I'm loyal to them, but the people not a Joe Boakai. Joe Boakai been at one church for 60 years. Stands on one church for 60 years.
I agree, but the church got nothing to do with it. The president have to add, and you have to add now.
The church controls a lot in Liberia. Sometimes Joe Boakai can want to take some actions to pull from the church to kind of be begging him. That had to happen in Liberia. Stanton.
I mean, begging JMB will not call it, because if the president want a better legacy, he must add in the interest of the Liberian people. When this thing started,
begging for Sylvester Grisby right now.
Yeah, they are. I know a lot of people begging for Sylvester Grisby, but I think Sylvester Grisby. Sylvester. Let me say this, right? I will say this, and people will not like it. I think the President Boakai asking Sylvester Grisby to serve as chief of staff, I think that was the greatest mistake of one of his decisions. Oh, yeah. And I would say every day.
I said it.
I think it was the greatest mistake of one of his many good decisions and appointment. Sylvester Grisby is not you want to help him, send him out there as an ambassador.
Yeah.
To serve as chief of staff is a waste of the Liberian people's time. And he have involved into a lot of corrupt behavior, one of which is NASCAR. And he have brought disgrace to this government. Sylvester Grisby is a complete disgrace to this government. Yeah. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
And so what we're sitting on today to even mention the name beyond President Boakai is too, the presentation of President Boakai, he's too clean to hang around the dirty people.
Yeah, yeah.
Sylvester Grisby is too dirty. Except when President Boakai agree with him on some of the issues, the shenanigans. But again, I will say this and I will say it. Sylvester Grisby serving in that position is bad for our country. Except they're doing the court here and there. Look at everything.
But let me ask you one question. Yeah, the whole campaign CTM method was so bad that Joey Aden was stealing money from A, taking money from A, right? Then you you justify the keeping of CTM method, and it becomes something controversial where you can't make a decision on it. Something smells over there, Mr. Stanton.
Because if you talk about CTM and MedTech, I'll say this to you because I know too much about CTM and MedTech. And again, that is Sylvester Grisby again, and those crooked ministers and directors around the president suggesting if the president keep Medtech or CTN, it will destroy his legacy. No matter how you fix it, if President Bouaka keep Medtech or CTN as recommended by Amin Boudal and Double Jala and Sylvester Grisby, it will destroy his legacy. He can kiss legacy goodbye.
What are they telling you is the justification to keep it? I don't
You saw the letter. We put the letter in the chat room.
So that what is in the letter, right? Because what is in the letter?
Right. And a lot of people don't listen. A lot of these guys that have the personal interests, right, in Medtech. You have another group have personal interest in CTN. Personal interest. They will go and collect money from these people. Another group have personal interest in Medtech. They will go and collect money from the Medtech owner. The guy stopped at Cape Hotel whenever he's in town. He stopped at Cape Hotel. Who owns Cape Hotel?
My friend Gassam Rasami.
Okay, so I'm saying to you, let's put this thing together. Let's dig deeper, right? President Bouaka keep Medtech or keep CTN. Forget about legacy. We just have to ride the wave.
Wow.
To 2029.
Wow.
Because there is no vision. And where there's lack of vision, the people perish. There is no vision, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
We say this thing over. How can we beat all these people? Then the first thing you brought to the president, keep them. The first thing, we beat on them. We beat on Aminata. Every money she has, she sent it to these guys then that left. Who she giving the money to today? The same thing with Medtech. Because President Bouaka said, I will bring in Sylvester Grisby as my chief of staff. It changed course. I will, listen, more Adina in the mansion, all the grassroots, Uncle said, all the people that work in the Pupu water, all the people that know the people pain and suffering, they are nowhere close to the president. Sylvester Grisby was laying down in America when people were working in Pupu water. Sylvester Grisby was laying down in America when they were working in Pupu water. So Sylvester Grisby flew in because the president bought him a plane ticket and said, we have won, come and enjoy, come and reap the benefit.
But you know, like his schoolmate from CWA.
You don't take friendship over country. He's a disaster.
But okay, so it means that he needed somebody to be comfortable.
You cannot justify Sylvester Grisby.
No, I'm not. I'm just giving you the practical explanation, right? Because the Minister of State would know where the skeletons are buried, where the diddy bad things are done, and he wants to be comfortable.
I understand.
Joseph,
so if we talk about burying skeleton, then it means that we were deceived. If we talk about we need our friend that would tell us Diho and Kovaho, it means that the Liberian people, that's not what they're backing for. That's not why they came to the discussion and they voted Bouaka in.
No way in any government, especially in a poor country like Liberia, you will have a president who is 100%
I agree.
right. Okay.
I agree.
So for me, okay, and as a practical politician, right, it's just to minimize the dirt. That's all you can do. But somebody that you stand up, who has not been around politics for long, you are what we call idealistic. You're idealistic. You want this thing to be so somebody can bring something out.
I'm not asking for 100%. Listen, let me tell you something. Why Sylvester Grisby left Madam Salif government? You've been around politics since Charlie Kintan.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah.
Or Madam Salif kicked him out.
Yeah.
Here comes President Bouaka bringing him back.
Yeah.
His first signature on the document to steal from NASCAR.
Yep.
His first, the Liberian people need to hear this. This is wickedness. Yeah. His first, somebody supposed to make $75, $55 from pension. Sylvester Grisby got almost $500,000 to go buy cars. I mean, you coming into this thing. I mean, it's a waste. Yeah. The Liberian people will not. If the president continue to cover up for Sylvester Grisby, people in the mansion, they are getting tired. That's why there are a lot of fighting in the mansion right now. A lot of separation in the mansion. People are not coming up. They are not happy because you know why? They are seeing somebody that you waited, went through the bullets, We went through the war. We went through the insults. We went through the fire. You waited, you were eating your filet mignon. You were eating your hamburger.
I tell you.
You were going to Washington, D.C. advocating for somebody else.
Yeah.
You were fighting for Mr. Cummings.
Yes.
You were advocating for interim government. They went through all of that. So, I mean, President Boga deceived the Liberian people? I mean, these are fundamental questions about Sylvester Grisby, and I'm open with it. I'm not in support of Sylvester Grisby.
He got a lot of supporters who are close to boycott. Let me tell you something. You myself, we're not from the elite class in Liberia, right? But those people that go to CWA and those BB schools there, they also the part of the fraternity, like the Masonry and stuff like that. Sylvester Grisby and Joseph Boycott slept on the same bed. You follow me? Okay? And the people...
Okay, I know all of that story. My only thing here is that don't put friendship over country. If we say, Joe, we are poor in a hole for 6 years, and we need to get all of that hole, Sylvester Grisby is not the man to help you, to help us get out of the hole.
About
if you say, Joe, we are destroying the country, and you brought in somebody that will do worse, then we got to think again. But it's good having you always, Uncle Sam. We see you tomorrow by God's grace. Sunday will be a wonderful day. We will discuss the issue.
One of my nieces graduating tomorrow. And
we'll see you on Monday.
Coming from Maryland to start
we wish her well.
Yes.
And we'll see you on Monday by God's grace.
Alive there tomorrow. So I love you. Amen. Yekezi, take care of Irene in Labura.
We're not hearing you, Yekezi.
We can't hear you.
Not now. It's not raining now.
So, but Yekezi come and go, eh?
Yekezi was sleeping. He just woke up. I had to send somebody to wake him up.
Yekezi, take care, man. I love you guys. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Yekezi, I want to say thanks. Listen, I'm bouncing back. I was sick for 3 days. People were quiet, and I was quiet. But listen, God have given me the strength. I said, thank you, Lord. I'm back. We'll see you tomorrow, Yekezi. And we'll be here Sunday, Ketema and myself to speak to Jeremy Pierre and the RG. This thing we need to tell Liberian people, clear, raw, no hiding, because it is why it is. Liberia deserve better. So Yekezi, as always, we want to appreciate you for helping. Are you going with the women? No, you or who?
So
whatever. I know you're going to just keep that straight because you know what's up. But thank you very much. Have a rest. Yeah.
All right, folks. So that's it. You can join us tomorrow for another edition of the Spoon Talk. Bye bye.